close a bunch of tabs before
I've
my
started
fucking
it.
computer breaks. Alright, sick. Let's close that.
You hear that, Cooper? Close your tabs.
Because my fucking, I'll overload my memory and then fucking my computer will, like, tank. But, yeah. So, debriefing. Alright, so Fallon stuff that's happened. So last time, it was pretty much just you guys traveling across the Fallonlands, heading toward the city of Kalamat, which is the city to the west of Grimholm. That pretty much like 8 different things have been pointing you to. Freaking Zarkoris is there. Fucking Veshna told you about it. She told you that the leader of this settlement was a werewolf. And that he was respected. That was something that was important. You guys met Guffaw and Giggles, big laugh, little laugh. Fucking the Knoll and his hyena. They're still out there in the they're still out there in the wherever you guys left them. And yeah, so you guys finally reached the settlement. I believe you were particularly wounded, if I recall correctly. Where was the last battle? What map was the last battle on?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, y'all was leaking a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah. So y'all's leaking. You pull up to Kalamat, and you see that it's literally being besieged by massive amounts of undead. And leading that outside of the front what's it called? Like the place is surrounded by sort of somewhat like old walls that would have like crumbled by now. And then it's a mix of that and like makeshift defenses, stakes in the ground, stacked bricks and stuff like that, wards. It's a mix of stuff like that. So at the front of this place, at the entrance, you see 3 sort of like atop like very like tall skeletal horses are 3 sort of 3 undead that are wearing armor that have like sort of like runic swords at their sides, and you know that they each of them is wearing very similar stuff to like armor and whatnot to the armored undead that you guys felled with Guffaw and Giggles. The one that where he took a piece of its armor and stuffed it in like buffed his sword with it.
He was the dude that de-leveled me, right?
Yeah, that was the dude that de-leveled you.
Okay.
What'd you call it? So yeah, you see 3 of those dudes sort of just on horseback, like they're like I said, they're on the back of their skeletal horses, and they're not really in the fight. They're just sort of like overlooking it. They're just sort of like a solid like probably 100 or so more maybe feet from where the main fighting is happening. And you see that at the front, it's you see Zarkoris, and he along with a bunch of just like random looking dudes who like, so some of them have helmets, some of them have armor, using pretty much, and they have various different weapons. Some are using pitchforks, some are using swords, some are using hammers, pretty much fighting with whatever they have, whatever they manage to scrounge together. And Zarkoris has a solid like probably like 10 of those guys with him, and they're literally like outnumbered like 3 to 1, and that's just at the front. So that was where you guys left off. That was the visual you guys saw, and again, it is like a relatively, it's in like a small to medium sized settlement, surrounded by like the sort of the remnants of old like castle walls, like really low castle walls, and then wherever that wasn't, wherever it had weaknesses, you could see there's evidence that they've been trying to patch it up. Like I said, stakes in the ground, wards, stuff like that. And you guys are probably like 200 or so, probably 200, 300 feet away from the wall. And you guys are coming up from like the side, so if the front is where the main battle is happening, you guys are coming up from the right side of it.
Okay.
And that is where we left off. Also, in case you guys forgot, Coop, when you guys killed, when you guys first fought those ghouls, you found a body under the cart. That body had an enchanted, it was like a dagger that you could tell was like special, but like you couldn't get it revealed. And Coop found a potion, and you don't know what it does.
Yeah.
Just in case you forgot.
Coop, can you do some healing?
Also, wait, I don't know if you guys have if you guys like healed a singular day's rest
I
after
think we
that
did.
fight.
I don't think we did.
Benefit
No,
of the
because,
doubt.
because we literally right before that we ate fucking scrub and shit. Like we didn't. Oh wait, unless right before that was a battle with zombies.
Yeah. You guys fought the zombies. You may
I'm
not
at
have rested.
14 health, so I don't think we rested.
Yeah. So for the sake of just benefit of the doubt, all of you guys heal one long rest. And I don't know if you don't remember what that is. It's 1 HP per character level plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay.
All right, cool. Let me double check to make sure. Also, Raph, if you find a song, let me know.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it right now, but I'm trying to get the
But
right fucking.
let me
track.
double check. You can heal White Claw for
Wait,
that as well.
How
Just
come
double
I
check
can't
White
even
Claw's
hear
stats.
this game's music?
Oh, you may have it just straight muted. You can control the volume of it yourself.
Yeah, that's
There's a chance it was just annoying and you just turned it off. All right, so
It's
yeah.
very low. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, so the only thing
I think
Yeah,
we
okay.
may have fixed it. I don't.
yeah, no, I didn't. I can fix it right now because I wrote down what I minused. So
Okay.
and the it's 17 con.
Very low music.
Well, yeah, like you should be able to control how loud it is for you.
No, I put it all the way to my highest and it's still very low.
Okay. Let me check. Does it get loud now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can control it. Okay, as well as you. All right, so I'll just leave it there. It's a little louder. But yeah, looking at his HP, I believe he had maximum 48. I'm just gonna add that, and we will buff out the kinks later. But I'm pretty sure he's level 5, right? Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. Didn't you guys hit 6?
He's level 6.
I don't hear any music.
Did
Oh,
we
that's
hit 6?
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
hit 6. Did
Ooh.
So yeah, how's that looking? If you want, stick to what you got right now. Just stick to what you got right now, and then after this, you guys can level up.
Are you sure we leveled up?
I'm sure you guys should be level 6 because Alex and whatchamacallit? Alex and Mike hit 6, and they hit 6 before you guys or after you guys. So you guys definitely
Yeah,
hit 6.
we're 100% level 6.
My man said you hit 6,
Yeah.
and that night I was like, all right, let's go to work.
But yeah, and I believe this was
Okay, so I think I found a good traction mount. It starts off really slow, but it fucking
fine with me.
the chorus builds the fuck up.
That should be fine. All right, so I guesstimated putting White Claw stats back based on what I had written down that I took away. I highballed it, so even if I fucked up, it's higher than it was.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, I can't put anything in resource.
Oh yeah, don't even just put it in general. I'll stream it.
Yo ass just said, I don't want none of you touching it.
Oh, Lord of the Rings.
This is the Siege of Gondor.
Alright, well, I think I've actually done what I needed to do, because I added a combat style feat last time we played.
This is a pretty
I'm pretty
anticlimactic level, so.
Wait, we're not doing our levels, are we?
Yeah. All you like at 6th level, all you really get is just like, hey, I can attack again. Fucking.
Yeah, I know that for sure.
That's the main thing. You don't
But
usually as most classes don't get a ton of fucking random shit at that level.
I know. No, I'm already level 6. The fuck? Nani?
Yeah, you should be.
Oh, it's level 7 level when I get my buff, my OP buff. I forget.
Oh, I don't know, but either way, if you're level 6, that's a good thing.
Wait, level
should be.
6 means
Is,
that I'm.
is Mike recording?
Wait,
believe
level
so.
6 means that I have my dragon
Wait,
bolter,
is
right?
somebody streaming like music right
I
now?
have no clue, man. You guys are outside the range of me knowing what your classes do.
Let me see. I might have added it.
Yeah, so just check.
Is somebody streaming music? I just heard a stream go online.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Can I get
Are
up?
you
Let me
recording
turn
this,
that
Mike?
down. What?
Is Mike recording this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's y'all's situation. Take a moment
Yeah,
to
I'm
like.
good.
Yeah.
Can
All right.
we-
You're good. If
Yeah, I'm
anyone's
good.
Can you heal me?
Can
Huh?
I heal you? No. Yeah, how much? How many?
I'm at
Right.
22.
you
out of
guys
50.
don't you guys have a wand of cure light wounds?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You
How
should
many
be able
pups
to.
do you need?
Try
Huh.
like just 2 right now.
It looks like my bitch ass might have done level 6 right before we left.
Yeah, good.
Might have done
Like
it.
you were supposed to.
Jamal,
I'm pretty sure you were pretty excited about 6, so I think you actually did
Yeah.
take the time to do it before you left. But what's up?
what am I rolling to do the wand?
It's a D8 plus 3.
2? Plus 3?
No, yeah, remember I was no,
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
1d8 plus 1. Yeah, Cure Light Wounds is a level 1 spell, yeah, so 1d8 plus 1.
Okay, so 7. And then
And don't be stingy with it. I don't know how many charges you have left, but it'd be mad funny to find a dead party with charges left on their wand of Cure Light Wounds. It's
Yeah,
like, aw, man.
give me 2 more.
give you 2 more. All right,
I mean, if we're going into the fucking
6 and 7 may break my bones, but 8 will always eat me. No,
what?
I don't know.
All right, I'm good.
So I give you 4, so that's that. I'm Raph, how you doing? You need
Me?
any? Yeah.
Health wise?
Yeah.
Let me see real quick. Do I have any?
Oh, he's full health right now.
I'm full health right now.
I don't know if he should be or not, but I'm pretty sure Rab barely got touched in that last situation.
Yeah, my ass literally just kept rolling back grenade, roll back grenade.
All right. You still have those handy, right? Because I think that's how we're gonna have to go in.
Let me think about that. Because I know I had like 6 on me. I have 3 left, I think. Yeah, 3 left. Potions of heal, I have 2, so I should be
Whoa,
fine.
9. That got me a max.
And I have my, good old
All right.
dong bong.
Oh, the fucking dong bong.
Grapple a zombie, throw him on the floor. Peter's like a fucking comp.
Do we have any visual?
Yeah, like I said, you guys are like 300. You guys are probably like 300 feet away from the wall.
Right.
Away from the eastern wall of the settlement. And well, it's not eastern technically, but the right wall of the settlement.
Not to be a chode about this, but this is like a White Walker situation, no?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. How hectic is the situation down there? Like, what is like?
Alright, I'll explain.
I just mean in the sense that they're like literally sitting in the back on horses like the fucking White Walkers did.
Oh well, that's what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's pretty fucking cool, honestly.
But yeah, whatchamacallit, but yeah, you guys have killed one of these things. It was hard, but you you guys
So wait,
gangbanged it. But
quick question,
you
how
probably
many-
figured that if you fought it, like, if it was like 6-on-1, and it sent Caleb down like 2 levels. So if
Quick question.
what?
Quick question.
You know they're killable, but what?
So wait, how many of them are there in front of the gate?
Yeah, so like I said, in front of the gate, it's Zarkoris and like 10 guys, right? And each of they're outmanned like literally 3-to-1. So there's probably like fucking 30 or so. Like it's almost the size of the horde you guys fought. Literally just like trying to get through their
Of just
defenses.
pure zombies?
Yeah, of just pure zombies. And then behind them is sort of just a line of skeletons that are just like popping just very crappily shot arrows like toward the walls and stuff that they seem to be defending pretty well. But so it's him and like 10 dudes, sort of along with the help of the defenses they have up front, and they're sort of just like some of them have pole arms and they're sort of just stabbing through and they're sort of just holding off. You can tell that they seem to be losing control of the situation. You're 300 feet away, so you'd hear inside the walls, or is a lot of commotion.
Bro, y'all better help my boy.
Yeah,
And sort of
I
that's
want
all
to
I'm
go
saying.
towards Zarkoris.
And sort of like behind the sort of like behind the what you call, you almost got me calling them White Walkers, but behind the skeleton, the undead that are on horseback, they sort of have like another contingent of like a bunch of undead that just seem to be shambling around that clearly be ready to respond. They clearly seem ready to respond to orders.
So wait, there's White Walkers there?
Nigga, they're not White Walkers.
That's what I'm saying. When we said White Walker, I know what you mean, but you mean them niggas are there?
Yes. You guys don't know what they are technically because none of you have identified it, so I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to call them. But yeah, I'm just gonna call them undead on horseback.
Can
Well,
I
don't
try
I
to tell
have-
what it is? What are we? Yeah.
To tell what they are would be knowledge religion.
I
like that.
think I
I don't
have
believe in
that.
any, so let's go.
Oh, if you have it, go ahead and roll it.
Oh, I still have points I have to spend.
Roll them if you got them.
Roll credits.
All right, that's enough. So you know that those are that they're whites. Wow, they could literally be White Walkers, huh? I'm changing every
Game was great
reference to
from the
them in my
start.
notes to White Walkers, but they're whites, WIGHT whites.
Okay.
That's funny. But and you know that they're particularly like usually whites are like sort of spectral and just like have like a single weapon or whatever, but these ones are wearing armor and are using martial weapons, and you know that those weapons can inflict negative levels, so you know that these are whites, but they are particularly powerful. Like they're not ordinary whites, and you know that whites have the ability. Wow, holy shit, they're just white. All right, whites have the ability if they like kill someone. If you die while under the effect of their negative levels, I think
Bring
they
him
can
back
literally
alive.
raise you back as a white.
Quick question: can these fuckers all the raise back the undead in front of them?
But the thing is, though, they don't raise you back as a zombie. They raise you back as like one of them, like you're
As a
powerful.
white.
Yeah, like as like a base white. Like you're powerful. You're not like a fucking zombie or anything.
All right, guys, quick. In the voice of, how do you feel about just drive-by throw grenades in fucking moment?
Holy water?
Just holy water drive-by.
Yeah, I mean, I have holy water, and I
We're
also
kinda
have
low on
some
holy water, right?
less weapon
I have like
oil.
3 shots of it. If they're all clumped up together, it's better now, I guess.
I have
Unless if
14
we sneak,
holy water.
because I don't think we'll be able to sneak it through this shit. My original theory was just on them gates, be on top of them gates, and start yeeting water. But I don't think we're gonna have a chance to do that.
How about we go back up as our chorus, and then go from there?
But to get to Zarkoris, aren't they in the way?
They're in the way.
Yes,
No.
they are.
Oh, the big whites or just the zombies?
No,
everything.
the like the fucking thick ass pack of zombies. Yeah,
Okay.
and like I said, it's
Listen.
almost the size. Like it's probably the size of what that horde you were fighting would look like after you'd been fighting it for like a couple rounds. After you'd killed a few of them.
So I'm saying, couple
And
like
they're literally just all lined up on the walls. They could, like, if you guys walked up behind them, they could literally just, if they were so inclined, just literally turn back on you.
Okay, I say we go around back then and see if there's another gate.
Hmm.
We can't take the whites,
No, we can't. No, not at all.
so I don't really want to be near them.
Can we tell if the horde is surrounding the walls or it's just?
front.
Like front, they're just at the front gate.
Yeah, they're mainly at the front gate. Like I said, you saw that sort of on like the sides of the walls and stuff, were these wards that you'd be able to tell what they were. Freaking and they what you call it? They are particularly good at like fending off against undead. And you could probably imagine that with the amount of undead sort of like that are there, if they tried to envelop the entire place instead of focusing on a single point, they would probably have a hard time getting through.
Oh, you actually play the theme at all? I didn't even realize you were playing it. Shit.
Yeah, it was.
Penis. That was actually a pretty good theme. Fuck.
Well, it's about a loop, so.
Alright, good. You like it or no?
We're probably too far to be able to tell if the wall's climbable, right?
I mean, yeah, but you could just get closer.
Yeah, I don't wanna run that risk yet. All right, I mean, if you wanna
Yeah, 'cause
run
like I
around,
said, you guys
Taylor,
are like 300 feet away.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off around back.
yeah, I wanna maintain where we currently are, and if you wanna go that way, you can.
All right.
Trust
Okay.
you enough to not die.
So
Mhm.
the one on the mount is gonna scout ahead. Is that what's about to go down?
Not
We're all on mounts.
closer towards the.
Oh yeah, right. You all have horses.
Not.
So I'm saying, horse
Well,
drive-by.
I have a Gore-Tech, thank you.
You can still drive by.
If we're on the right side looking at the side of them, I'm gonna go right towards the back of the village,
Makes sense.
like opposite side
Mhm.
of the.
Not closer,
Opposite
just
side of the
around.
front. Yeah.
What about you, Raph? Are you gonna go with him, or are you gonna stay hold this position with me? Or Brutus?
So wait, Caleb, relieve again. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go see if there's another opening to the like walls to get inside.
I'll go with you just in case. I want you to.
Yeah,
get
I was gonna
freaking-
say maybe the two people who don't have a good resistance to some of these things pair up.
Makes sense.
I
in
can
case.
just get on fucking my Gore-Tech and run. Or hopefully I'll be okay.
All right. So yeah, we take off that way.
God damn,
Okay.
bro. My cousin.
So,
Oh wait, do we have any?
Yes.
Nah, I guess someone
So-
will come get me. Just go ahead, keep going.
Oh, like there's no way for them to for you to know if they got it. If they like,
Honestly, let's
yeah.
make
I
a
mean, you're
plan
on
right now.
horseback, and you're 300 feet from the wall. Traveling 300 feet and 300 feet back on horseback is nothing.
No, I was about to say, like, is there a way
we're
for
not
us to
Also,
do,
it's 300 feet. I could just yell, "Hey, what? This way!"
True.
Like,
or
Yeah,
we go-
there's a ton of
not towards
commotion
the
going
wall,
on. It's
right?
not like you guys would alert anyone or anything. What?
No, but the thing is, there's a ton of commotion. What are the odds you can hear from back there? If there's sword fighting,
Oh.
cling, and all that shit.
No,
going
yeah,
on?
they wouldn't hear. No shot. There's so much screaming. Oh, true. Oh, yeah. No, I knew what you're saying. Yeah, there's a ton of fucking shit going on like inside, so it might be kind of hard for him to hear a scream. But I mean, if you want, you could just cross that bridge when you get there.
That's what I say. Is there a way for us to do like a signal for like like
bro,
a
I don't
flare or
have
a
a
light?
flare gun, so
You
let's
could
fucking-
easily just be like, all right, we're gonna go check it out. We're gonna go check it out. If we're not back in 30 seconds, move up.
Yeah.
If we're not back in a minute, move up. You know.
All right, we're not back in a minute. Move up.
Sure thing,
White.
buddy.
Okay,
Get moving.
Okay, white boy, let's go.
All right. So you're just gonna wait for them, Cooper?
Yeah, I'll wait 30 seconds to a minute.
Okay. Cool.
Can you wait? Can you show the battlefield map? Because I don't see the map so far.
Oh yeah, fuck it. I don't actually have like a fucking whole thing for it. I was just gonna wait until like if you guys got into combat, I was gonna whip out a map for you and then just like
Okay,
draw it
got
out.
it.
It was
I couldn't.
gonna
I couldn't. I
be
couldn't find anything that fit what I wanted.
a dirt
and
road with a wagon on it.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything that fit it, and fucking and I didn't. I was too
Got it.
lazy to actually draw something, so I was literally just
Okay.
like, all right.
Just out of
whatever.
character, real quick, if you do have a dirt road with a wagon on, I am going to kill myself and leave the fucking game right now. If you kill my
It's
immersion,
precisely why we're using the battlefield of the imagination currently.
but
Precisely why we're using a dirt road without a cart.
How dare you, Jamel, not look up new assets? How dare you ruin Rap's
I couldn't find anything
experience?
that worked. Everything I could find with walls, the walls were too big, made it look like a goddamn fortress. It's not.
Yeah, that's what
So,
I'm thinking
The
about.
walls
Is
are
that
too
right?
big.
Are we going to
Uh,
minute stairs some shit right now?
But yeah, like this isn't like a place with like 30-foot walls or anything. Like fucking, it's like maybe like 10 feet, like maybe like a little higher, probably like 10, 15, and they're like crumbling in a lot of areas. But yeah, so you guys swing around the back, and you see that at the back side of it is you can tell that there's an entrance there, like sort of similar to the one that was on the other side, as if like through travel was meant to be a thing, but it is like completely like it is the most fortified spot here. There are a ton more wards. There's a ton more like stakes and whatnot, and there are like a couple, like probably like 2 or 3 people like standing guard on the walls currently.
Are they close enough to see if the door is openable, or has it been like completely?
It's not even a door. It's literally just like it's just like a fucking hole, and the hole is just fucking stacked forward with fortifications.
Ooh.
So if you wanted
can't
in,
get in there.
the fortification would have to be moved, or if there was another way in, freaking you guys wouldn't be able to tell at first glance from the distance you are.
What's your guys'
Honestly, bro.
strength? Are you guys? Would you guys be able to go down there, rationalize with them, and move it out of the way? And I'm already moving up in a minute, so.
See, honestly, bro, my fear is that we move that shit. If any of them niggas notice over there, we don't have time to move that shit back. They're breaching through that shit.
We can't really get any
I'ma ride
forces
up.
from the front.
And like yell up to one of the guards.
All right.
Uh,
Okay. What are you gonna say?
Wait.
I
Can we throw like a rope over the fucking wall, maybe, to bring us in?
No,
Sure.
if there's guards on the wall, let's not. Let's let Caleb talk. That's
Yeah,
me though.
I'm
You
just
guys
gonna
do you.
yell up and ask if there's any way in.
Freaking okay. So it'd be 2 guards, sort of, and again they're wearing just sort of like tattered outfits. One of them has a helmet on. The other one has like some bracers and like little patches of leather armor. And they were both sort of like half looking back over the wall, but they were mainly focusing just sort of nervously on the battle in the front. You can tell that they don't really seem like they want to be on this side of the wall. They'd rather be on the other side. But so you call out, and freaking you ask if there's another way in or if there's a way in.
Yeah.
And freaking so the one with the helmet immediately just like he hears you, he turns around, he slaps his man, and then he just goes, "Who are you? Say your business."
We're just traveling through. We want to help.
And then he sort of looks back at his he looks back at his boy, and his boy shakes his head and he goes, "We can't let you in."
Okay.
Better do something.
And you can tell that like the dude with the hat he's like or the dude with the helmet, he clearly like he looked over like with like he didn't know what to do, and the other dude was just like he just shook his head and immediately turned away. yeah.
I'm gonna yell up again, and I'm gonna be like, "I've seen the front. You can't fight them without us."
And then freaking the dude with the hat hears that and he looks over and he goes, and you see him just like sort of, just like kind of pleading with the other one. And then he turns around, and then he looks down at you and he goes, "There's no way for us to let you in. If we sacrifice this wall's structural integrity, that could spell it for us. We're gonna trust our boys up front. If you want to help, get up there."
I knew it. I knew it.
Mm,
And you sort of see that the man with the helmet and the man without the helmet, after he says that, they sort of begin to bicker, like they sort of begin to go back.
Hey, Caleb,
what's up?
pick up the phone,
And
bro.
if you want, you can roll perception to sort of like hear what they're saying.
Because I called it.
Wait, Caleb. What if we do this? What if we leave our mounts back there? All right, and we get up. They let us up on top of the wall, and then we can run to the front and have those two people maintain their posts and watch our mounts.
Okay. You said the wall is like structurally sound all the way around?
Yeah, like well, I mean, you're 300 feet away. You're like 200 feet away, so it's like, you know, as far as you can tell from where you are. But what the guy said was that, like, in order to let you in through the, like, assuming you guys can't climb the wall, like, that's what he's assuming. If you guys try to head in through that way, it's literally fortified, like, layers and layers of stakes and wards and stuff. It would be extremely difficult to get you guys through there. It was meant for, like, no one was meant to go in. You can tell that they did this, like, sort of in anticipation of the attack, like they saw it coming. And there's like a ton of wards and stuff. Like, it would be a pain in the ass to get you over there. Freaking and they would have to help from the other side. Freaking to get you guys in. That would mean leaving their post. And clearly the one without the helmet is not about that. Despite the fact that you can tell that they kind of don't want to be there. He seems to be very intent on following orders.
How clear is the back?
How clear is it?
Yeah,
Like, are there
in terms
any
of-
zombies?
Yeah, there would be like one or two just like sort of stumbling over, but they would literally just like immediately meet a crossbow shot from one of the dudes up top.
Telling leave the mounts back there, and we can just, if we have them toss a rope down, we get up there, just run to the front.
Earlier. Right.
Alright, let's do it.
All right,
I
so
mean,
you're gonna make that.
Raph, are you for that, Raph?
Well, I mentioned that we could just leave our horses and just get a rope to climb the thing, but
Oh yeah, I'm then if you said that, I'm
Alright.
agreeing with you.
But
Yeah,
the thing is, my
I'm
thing is
gonna
that-
yell up to for them to drop down a rope if they
Well,
have one.
What's your thing, Raph?
but my thing was that if we did do this, I would much prefer to say, because have either you or Caleb, like whoever
I'm
has.
telling you now, not putting me on the front lines, especially right now, is stupid.
That's what I'm saying. You want to be behind Sarkors and dudes, right?
I mean, what other choice? We're not gonna hit him from the back. We'll get hit by the whites. So we gotta assist in the hit in the front. You know what I'm saying? It's any good horror movie, zombie movie. Gotta keep them funneled.
Roll one.
All right. In that case,
Double
then
tap.
I guess we're gonna hope they have a rope.
But yeah,
No,
so
I mean, if they don't, we should.
So Caleb, how are you gonna? You're just gonna be like, oh, like we can help, like throw rope down, we can like help us up.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like again, the dude without the helmet sort of has like a buzz cut, and he just sort of looks back, or I mean, he's like extremely focused on the fight up front while keeping an eye on the sides of the walls. And if a zombie stumbles over, he takes a shot at with his crossbow. Whenever that happens, you notice he doesn't really miss, and that oddly enough, there's not
In the heat of battle.
normally an ordinary crossbow shot wouldn't just take down a zombie like in one shot, but it seems to be doing that every single time. So clearly, you know, that they're a little prepared. But yeah, so the guy with the helmet,
Dragonglass.
the guy with the helmet sort of looks to you, looks to his man without the helmet, and looks to you again, and then he just looks over and he just continues to plead. And I want you to roll whatever your favored mental stat is here. You're gonna have to try to persuade him in some way. They're literally mid-argument.
How much time has passed in this?
How much time has passed? Roughly, probably about 30 seconds.
All right, I'm gonna start heading over then.
Diplomacy.
whatever your highest is. You could intimidate, you could diplomatize, you could make a knowledge religion to be like, I know about these guys. You could do whatever the fuck you want, just whatever you think works.
23.
Okay, so you make a particularly good case for him letting you in, and you see the man with the buzz sort of just shake his head, and immediately he just like sort of like starts like just sort of like light jogging, like sort of like down along the wall. He
Go.
and he runs on the way. You see him head down like some stairs. He comes back up with some rope. He gives it to his. He literally just takes the rope and sort of pushes his boy with it, almost just like to put it in his. He's like, here, take it. And then he freaking the man with the helmet throws the rope down and secures it on the wall. And he goes, come on, quick! We'll watch your horses. Get to the front.
All right, I'm gonna climb up.
All right. So, you. Wayne got a text.
So, would
Alright,
I have
so-
seen that a rope got tossed down, or that?
Yeah. Like as you're pulling over, like you're a decent distance away, but you'd easily see that clearly they're working with them.
Great, mad dash. Here we go.
All right. So by the time you got there, that would be like around when Brutus and NG would have gotten to the top of the wall, and Brutus and NG, you'd immediately see inside the walls. You see it is chaos. You see men, women, children running all different types of directions. A lot of there are men with makeshift weapons, some having like decently made weapons, sort of just like corralling like children and women into like different houses. Freaking people who are on the older side, they're just sort of all being like sort of moved into specific houses, and they're just locking the doors. And you just see that at the center of all of that, sort of like in the center of it, like just saying like you go there, just like directing people around, is a dark skinned man with sort of like what'd you call it? He looks a bit on the younger side. He's wearing like a breastplate. He's got a shield and he has a flail on his back. And he's what'd you call it? He's using his open hand to sort of like command people like to go one way, go another way. And he's got sort of like a white like a gray like whitish gray like dreads thing sort of going on. Freaking aside across from him is a, or were you gonna say something?
Is this like? Do we assume, or can I assume that this is the werewolf dude?
I don't know actually. So
What was that
yeah.
dude's name?
His name is. Oh wait, do you know his name? You don't
No,
know his
I
name.
didn't write it down.
Wait,
I
wait,
thought-
wait.
Well, I don't. We know his name, but I don't know his name.
No.
Wait,
I'm
wait.
saying like I don't think you know his name. Veshna told you that the leader's a werewolf, but she didn't tell you his name.
Oh,
She
I
just
thought
said-
she did.
Yeah,
Okay.
she didn't know his name. But yeah. So there's that dude. He seems a bit on the young side. He looks about 17, 18.
Quick question.
Across from him is like a middle-aged looking woman.
Never mind.
Wait, you good, Raph?
Yeah, no, I was in like, what werewolf nigga? The werewolf nigga from like Alex's campaign? I mean,
No.
not Alex's name.
Veshna said that the leader of this settlement is a werewolf and that he is well respected. And
Okay.
but that was months ago when she was there. Yeah.
Okay.
So she whatchamacallit,
Respected enough.
yeah. So across the way is a woman. She seems like middle-aged, about 35, 36, maybe a little more. She's wearing just sort of she just has like a white like blouse on with a like deeply stained brown smock around her neck, tied sort of tied behind her back. And she also is just like a sort of almost back to back with the man with the shield, just like commanding people to go different directions. And you see that like people are bumping into each other. Like at some point, she just like two people bump into each other, start to argue a bit. She just grabs one, smacks them in the face, sends them different directions. Freaking, they're clearly like trying to control the situation. So yeah, you see that. At this point, Haywood would have come up behind the wall, and the man with the hat, I keep saying hat. The man with the helmet would look to NG, and he would look down to see Haywood atop a Gore-Tex, and he would say, "Is that a friend of yours?"
Of course. He's
I don't know.
the greatest archer in all of the Foullands.
NJ!
Are you saying that? Are you saying
Yeah.
that for real? Okay.
Yeah.
And he just goes like, "Let's damn well hope so." You get up! And then he freaking he just sort of like he would have been in the middle of pulling the rope up, but when he sees you, he just freaking He just hangs it down. Freaking, he doesn't really have time to think about what the fuck the ramifications of the Gore-Tex being there could be, but he's just like, fuck it, just get up here.
As I climb up, can I roll up the rope behind me?
Not as you're climbing, but once you get up there.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That'd be a fucking weird maneuver.
Nah, you wrap it around your foot until you get all the way up.
That's like reminiscent of like wiping your ass as you shit. I'm like, how are you doing? But
No,
I-
you just catch it in the fucking toilet paper.
Imagine
First
you just
turn's
go
clear the run ride.
I'd just like to say it's one of the funniest things you said in the last 4 months.
Thanks, Mike. But yeah, so you make your way to the top of the let's call it a battlement. You make your way to the top of the battlement. So the three of you are on top of the wall. You all see the scene I described earlier, and the man with the helmet is sort of telling you. He's like, get to the front, get to the front.
All right, yeah, I'm mad dashing.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys would like have to like brush past the guy with the buzz cut, who every now and then is taking a pot shot at a zombie that's stumbling up behind, and as you guys brush past him, roll a perception check. All of you.
Oh, there's no way I'm failing that now. I get a plus 13, baby. Let's go.
Brutus, you gonna give me a perception check?
Window.
All right, so Brutus and Haywood, you'd have sort of just like as you bumped into the guy, you'd have just kept an eye on him as you were going forward, and you can see that like he takes a shot, fucking loads another bolt, takes another shot, and as you guys rush past him, you see that he loads another bolt, and he sort of just stands there and he just looks at you and he just sizes you guys up, and then freaking he sort of just like after sizing you guys up for a moment, he just goes, oh, and he just sighs and he goes back to taking the shots. You could tell that they were not supposed to do that, but
Will bring you us in.
yeah, you could tell he is clearly like pretty like annoyed that they let you guys in. Clearly they weren't supposed to do that. That was against their orders. But yeah,
Can
so
I, wait, as
They'll be
we
feeling
walk
better when we
by,
clear this
can I,
shit.
wait, not because I noticed that. As we walk by, can I just say like, hey, don't worry, pretty boy, we're here to save your ass.
he's gonna totally you could tell he heard you, but he's disregarding it as he's lining up another shot.
All I know is that he heard it.
Yes, he did.
All I care about.
All right. So you guys head down the steps, and you immediately are just met with whatchamacallit. He just said, "Get to the front." That is not an easy task. As I said, there are tons of people being sort of moved left and right. It is sort of it's literally like the fucking one scene from SpongeBob when they're on the Flying Dutchman ship. They're going through and there's all the fucking people and the perfume and shit. Fucking, but there's a ton of people being moved to the left, to the right in different houses, and you guys to just bull rush through them would be particularly difficult. You'd have to maneuver your way through the crowd. Again, the two people in the center are still directing people.
Anyone want to do something intimidating to maybe make them move out of the way, or you think they're too
I
much in a
fucking
panic?
got this, baby.
Wait, well, hang on. Do you think they're in too much of a panic to, get out of the way? You sure that won't rile them up more? Rile. I don't know why I said
Nah, fuck them. Be like,
All right.
move. Get up. Get the fuck out the way.
So what are y'all doing?
Fucking people there.
There are cars there, motherfucker.
Alright, I'm intimidating the shit out of them. Move out of the way.
All right. So you're just like, get out the damn way.
Yeah.
All right.
As thick as I can do it.
But as a giant, ooh.
As thick as you can do it.
Shit,
Oh,
damn it.
That's
no.
either way. That's enough.
I rolled
So-
a net one.
Oh shit.
DC 5. So either way, Brutus, the fucking huge lizard guy that they've probably never seen before, amidst this zombie
his
apocalypse
bong bong?
attack. Yeah, very easy to intimidate these people. But yeah. So
Okay.
so you just see a crowd. You just see the crowd moving different ways, and you just shout at the top of your lungs like, get out the way. We need to go forward. And fucking literally like fucking 6 or 7 people immediately see you, and they are just fucking completely shaken. Like they're just like, oh, they just sort of stop moving. When those 6 people stop moving, other people sort of begin to bump into them, and they just sort of begin to like stumble onto each other. And you see the woman and the man that were in the center sort of like just sort of stop giving directions as they look toward the back and look toward the commotion, and that commotion slowly begins to spread throughout the entire crowd, and people are now completely out of their minds. All semblance of order is gone. They are like literally just like it's like you can tell that what they were doing before was like an ordinary fire drill or an ordinary fire drill, and what's happening now is what would actually happen if there was a fire. Fucking, they're actually just they're literally just taking off, just pushing each other out of the way, trying to get to their houses.
Oopsie. All right, Caleb, you figure it out now.
And immediately, freaking as that's happening, fucking it is probably, it's honestly a little harder now to get through, but you notice that from the sort of the center of the crowd, just sort of pushing their way through, is the woman with the smock, and like you just sort of seen like as she was sort of pushed, but right before she pushed her way through, she would have gotten into like a screaming match with the man with the shield, the dark-skinned man with the shield. They've gotten into sort of a shouting match, literally just like going at each other at the top of their lungs, and eventually they clearly did not meet an agreement, and she stopped and she turned back. And she began to just sort of walk extremely quickly, just pushing like other people out of the way. Fucking and eventually she makes her way through the crowd and comes face to face with you guys. So, do either of you sort of do either of you like you saw her coming? Do you want to say anything first?
I'd like to say, oh good, someone to brief us. Walk with us as we go.
She's just sitting there. She's like, "Who the bloody hell are you?"
The cavalry, love.
And then freaking
No.
after she says that, she looks up toward the wall, and then she's like, "Todd, did you bloody let anyone in our wall?" And then freaking sort of like you just see him look back, and then he goes, "Tabby, they can help us." And then freaking like you could see her go to sort of like scream at him again, but then you just hear like sort of like a screaming wail from the front of the gate, or like from the front area, as someone just finally gets struck down. Freaking and yeah, so one of Zarkoris's guys finally went down. You just hear him wail in agony, and then so she freaking she whatchamacallit? So she cuts herself off. She doesn't shout at him anymore. And she looks at you and she goes, "Fine then. What use are you? What can you do?"
We're
Get these
back
people
up.
to safety, and you'll find
To
out.
further describe this woman as she's gotten closer to you, she's wearing all the things I said, but she's a pretty like she's a slightly like heavier set woman. She's not like fat, but she's like pretty chunky.
Thick.
Yeah.
Boy, how
see-
many
you see that-
scenes?
You see that her fucking arms are fucking cannons, and her fucking hands are calloused as fuck. She clearly knows her way around.
I'm just gonna take off walking.
I'm
There's,
gonna tell her, if we die, we were nobody. But if we get through this, you'll find out who we are.
And as we keep walking, I'd say we can do many things in bed, out of bed. Let's go.
Okay.
Freaking
Autobots roll out.
But she's gonna fucking whichever one of you tries to go forward, she's gonna grab you, and then she's gonna go, "These people are panicking. You're not gonna run straight through them. Someone will probably die."
You have a better route?
She goes, "Yes, I bloody have a better route. And then you just see her sort of like just sort of like struggling to just come up with a with something to do, and you see her sort of like just sort of space for a second, and as she begins to space, the man with the shield freaking literally is actually using his shield to block the some of the people who are running, and he's literally just like fucking just very like he would have been like pushing his way through this entire time, and he finally makes his way through, and he so this man makes his way through, and you see that he's wearing like he's wearing like a pretty like makeshift like breastplate. It's pretty like he's got like some pretty tattered clothes on, and he just goes, "Miss Tabitha, this is getting out of hand. We cannot hold them any longer. Please, we need Kane." And then frickin' she just sort of looks back, and she just goes, "I'm not bringing him out here. We can handle it. Zarkoris and the others, They can handle it. And then freaking the man just sort of responds, and he's just sort of he's just like, one of them was just struck down. They're going to die if he does not come and help us. And then fucking he's just sort of he says that he looks at you guys for a split second, doesn't even fucking ask, and he looks back to her, and he's just like I respect your command, but I recommend we get Kane. Things cannot go worse than they are right now. And then freaking she just sort of just muses for a second, and then he's like, we are running out of time, Miss Tabitha. And then she literally just goes, fine then. I'll get bloody Kane, but if this goes bad, it's on you. And then he just sort of nods, and just sort of starts like trying to work his way back through the crowd again very slowly.
Where is he going? Towards the front, or?
Yeah, he's going back to he's trying to get the people under control to seemingly no avail. But Tabitha looks at you, and he goes, quickly, you're a good shot with that bow, right?
Of course.
He goes,
I never
You-
miss.
he's like, but either way, she goes, you great, she's like, go to Dumont. You tell him to get you to the front with Zakoris, and then freaking So she says she tells you to do that. She goes, tell him it's in order, and then she's literally just gonna like fucking smack your back to just like get you to fucking do that shit right now.
All right, I'm out.
All right, so you're doing that, and then she looks to you two. She looks to NG and Brutus, and
Fellow
she's
thick
like,
man, Brutus.
she's like, you two, you look strong. I'm gonna need your help. You're going to
Alright,
help
man.
me get Kane.
What?
You're going to help me get Kane.
What the bloody hell is Kane?
And then freaking
He killed Abe.
it was me.
And I'ma kill you too.
No, but like no commie, man. But yeah, I'm gonna but yeah, so she says that, and you see she looks to the left, and there is a sort of like the main battlement is on the sort of left. The main battlement is on the left side of the settlement, and it is a sort of like probably three floored like sort of like tower-ish sort of thing, sort of like looking like it's like a battlement. Yeah, it's like a sort of a three foot or 3-story like battlement. And she just goes, come, I'm gonna need your help. And she immediately just fucking just takes off. She's fucking booking it that way. She literally like fucking takes her fucking like the sort of like bottom part of her blouse, and she just fucking tears it. So she can run better. And she just fucking bounds like full track for him over to that battlement.
Oh shit, I'm not mute.
Are you guys gonna follow?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you guys get to the battlement. She gets to the door. She just fucking she bangs on it like twice. And she bangs on it 3 more times. And finally you hear like probably like 3 locks flip. And then someone peeks through the door. And then it's a blonde woman who's wearing like sort of a bit of patchwork armor. And she just goes, Tabitha, I thought. And then immediately she cuts her. She's like, well, the plan's changed. Get out of the damn way. And then freaking so the woman follows those orders. She backs up. She opens the door. Immediately as you guys walk into a sort of musty stone room. The walls sort of have moss just sort of creeping out of the cobble. And immediately the blonde woman shuts the door and locks the 3 locks again. So then you see the woman whose name you now know is Tabitha. She sort of stops, and she sort of takes a breather, and she just goes, okay, this is going to be difficult to explain, but Kane is a werewolf. I know what it sounds like, but he's a good man. He's a good man. He just has trouble controlling himself when he's in this form. The undead picked a poor time to attack us. We're going to go down. We're going to release Kane, and you're going to help me get him out to the battle. Understood?
Let me guess. Kane's a werewolf.
She literally said
She
that.
literally just said that.
So Kane is a werewolf. So what I'm gathering is he might be a werewolf.
Always has been. Oh shit.
Well, watching One Piece. Sorry about that.
It's okay. But what you call? So yeah. So she says that. Do you guys have any quick questions or anything? Do you want to ask anything? What do you want to do?
Nah.
No. Okay. So she's gonna start leading you down some steps. And she's gonna grab a torch before she does it. Just start leading you down the steps. And it's sort of spiraling downward. All right. We're going back to Haywood. Haywood, you make your way through the you start pushing your way through the crowd, and you eventually get to Dumont, and you just grab the back of his actually I'm not gonna say you do this, but what I was gonna say is you just sort of grab the back of his shirt or whatever. But I'd imagine he what do you do? How do you get his attention in this crowd that he's trying to manage?
Of the crowd he's trying to manage?
Yeah. He sees like you're making your way through the crowd. It's people like literally panicking, getting into small fights with each other, and Dumont's trying to get them under control to get them into the houses properly.
How close am I to the front?
How close are you to the front? You're probably like 1/6 of the way there. There's
What
a
was
very
the
dense amount of people, like sort of just like it's a dense crowd.
what was the lady's name?
The lady's name is Tabitha.
Tabitha.
The man's name is Dumont.
Missed opportunity to name him Laurent.
I did.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
not letting you name him.
I'm gonna tap him and said, Lady Tabitha sent me this way. You're under orders to let me assist in the front line. See ya. And you're gonna just keep walking.
All right. So you're gonna try and push your way through, and he's gonna look at you, and he's gonna grab you and stop you, and he goes, fine then. If it is Lady Tabitha's orders, she seems she's finally wisened up. Follow me. And he's literally just like, fucking. How tall is Haywood, by the way?
Haywood is 6 foot.
Yeah, Haywood's 6 foot. This guy's like 5'7", 5'8", and he's just sort of like as you get closer to him, you can really get a feel for how young he is. But he is you go to walk forward, he grabs you by the collar, and he just sort of like hunches down, and he just like sort of like holds his shield close to him, and he just starts like sort of just pushing his way through, just screaming, "Get out of the way! Get out of the bloody way and get to the horses! Calm down, you idiots!" And he's literally just like fucking pushing people left and right, different directions. And he's sort of trying to escort you to the front, and you are making your way through. Then, after probably about a full minute, maybe more, and a little pushing around, you guys get to the front. It is far more grim now that you're up close. You see Zarkoris with his shield cast aside, holding his polearm in two hands, sort of just slashing and stabbing, sort of over what seems to be like a full layer and a half of multiple stakes, just sort of crossed up clearly, specifically so polearms could go over the top of them. He and his men are doing so, and the zombies are sort of just packing into it, and eventually just sort of pushing the stakes through the dirt, despite how deep they're dug. And Zarkoris is literally just his men seem to be getting tired, and he's like, "Hold on, just hang in there. We can get through this." And then freaking he's literally just he just keeps stabbing forward, and all of them are just sort of one of them literally stabs forward into the pack, and his fucking makeshift crappily built spear just gets fucking snapped and pulled into the fucking group, and immediately he looks back, and someone on the side runs him another one, and he takes it and continues to do the same shit. Freaking what's it called? So that is what you see, and then Dumont goes, "Zarkoris, we've brought you help." And then freaking Zarkoris literally just he just turns around, and then he immediately recognizes you. And he's like, "How are you? Whatever. No matter." And then freaking
Finger gun.
he's like, "No matter."
Universal sign of respect.
Finger crossbows.
Finger bang bang into my heart.
Another word line, I'll be running around with exotic small mini crossbows in my hands,
Yeah.
dual wielding them. God, I'm
But
so
yeah,
glad I
Just a
fucking
demon
did that.
hunter from fucking Diablo.
But yeah, either way, you like he sees you and he immediately just he goes up and he goes, "How good are you at climbing?"
I'll tell you how good I am at climbing in a second here.
Too bad. Missed
According
opportunity
to
for me.
according to my stats, I have -1 in climb. So let's try it.
Sorry, so he doesn't hear any of that shit, but you're just like, I'm okay, but
No, that's not at all what I said.
Yeah, that was a little gay. What?
Not at all what I said.
you're like I'm trash, whatever. He goes, he points to the top of the battlement, and he goes, Lenny was our first defense against this, but they brought archers this time. And then freaking he points up and you literally see a dude half hanging off the battlement with a fucking arrow straight through his neck. And he's like, "You've got to get up there. You've got to finish what he was here to do." None. He's like, the rest of us aren't equipped to get up there. Can you make it?
Yes, I'll make it.
All right.
I never miss.
All right. So he's like, he's like, "Men, hold on!" And he just runs over and he's like, "All right, I'll boost you up." And then freaking he just sort of like backs up against the wall. And you see that when he backs up against the wall and squats, it's like a sizable fucking like height. It's like a decent amount like of a jump. Like to the point where like unless you were particularly athletic, it'd be pretty hard to make it. Freaking what'd you call it? So you so he's just sort of poised to launch you up. Do you just want to go through with it?
Yeah, I want to go through with it. I never
Alright.
miss.
Roll a climb check for me.
Oh, I gotta watch this shit. Ooh.
All right. So you just fucking full sprint, just fucking towards our chorus, just completely trusting him with getting you up there. You fucking you take a step into his hand and you just sort of feel his freaking just sort of like his like you almost feel like you're flying with how much strength he has when he fucking launches you straight up, and you adjust to it quickly, and you manage to get the hand into a divot in the wall as you get up to the top. You get up there, and you see that sort of next to there's a dead archer, like there's a dead guard. Like I said, he had an arrow through his neck. Sort of further down the battlement is another one. Again, just pin just arrows in his chest, like 3 or 4. Fucking they're both dead as shit. Fucking
How's my
and-
cover?
How's your cover? There's the battlement. The battlements are like one tall, one opening, one tall, one opening going down the way. And so if you were to like sort of sit on your like sort of like on your ass and then leaning back, you could get your head under one if you really wanted to. But shooting, it's not really decent. It's like it's such an old wall that it's not really decent, like good concealment if you were actually behind it trying to take a shot. But it is still
Alright.
concealment. It is still cover technically, just weak.
All right. I have faith in my AC. That's fine.
So you see that that the archers have whoa shit stepped on the controller. But you see that the archers have like you see their bows laid out, and there are a few arrows lined up on the battlement that seem to have a sort of like flask sort of lined up on the front of them. Very tiny flask. Sort of like you know what an alchemist's fire looks like. It's about half the size.
Okay.
And yeah, that you see those, and you know that Zarkoris would have told you to finish the job.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna shoot it.
All right,
Into the horde.
they're probably about 3 of them, 3 of those arrows. So you're just gonna start popping them off, and I know what they are.
I mean, you said they were familiar to. What's it fire, didn't you?
I said it's it looks similar to alchemist fire, but whatchamacallit, like in terms of like the bottle size, but it's like it could have been any bottle size really. It could have been bottle acid splash, whatever. But it's half the size of that. So you can
What?
tell. So that way it can sort of be on the end of an arrow. You have your own holy water flask, and you can tell that this is it's different from that. So you don't exactly know what this is unless you were to make an alchemy check or something.
I have alchemy.
Alchemy or religion.
Which one's higher? Alchemy. Well, now I'll do religion. Ooh.
All right, you amidst the franticness of the situation, you look at these flasks and you do not exactly know what they are.
Great, I'm just gonna shoot him then.
All right, so you're just like you just pop three shots
Yeah.
into sort of like the bulk of zombies just sort of like climbing up onto this onto the battlement, and you see that whatchamacallit, the arrow sort of hits one of the zombies in the head, and the flash sort of as it goes in, the flash is sort of like just busts open, and like a sort of like thick, sort of like a thick, just like viscous sort of like plasma just sort of like bursts out of it in different directions. That is like sort of like a bluish green, and it splashes over them, and you see that they literally just start to you see zombies just like and they just like start to fucking just disintegrate. Freaking
How big was the coverage of it?
How big was the coverage? Sizable. They were like like I said, there was like almost a full size of a horde beating in on this thing. You probably about half of them probably like just fucking just disintegrated. There's still a lot there, but Zarkors and his men are having an easier time pushing them back now. And you look over the battlement, and you see about 200 or so feet away the three. I don't want to call them whites anymore, but you see the three whites atop their skeletal horses, and their piercing blue eyes just sort of match yours. And one of them waves a hand.
Piercing blue eyes.
One of them waves a hand.
One of them waves a hand, and you see the sort of like
Wave back.
row. You see nice. You do that, but and you see the sort of row of skeletal archers, sort of that was like sort of like in the back row. He just he waves his hand, and they begin to knock their arrows.
Give me 1 second. Let me see what spells I've prepared.
Okay.
You said anything from my list, right? I didn't prepare any. Oh, this is probably cheating.
Well, technically, yeah. Freaking, it's literally just whatever you would have had. You would have had to have prepared something, and it would have to be from your list. If you want to say you prepared something, unless it's like fucking spell of anti-skeleton archer, if it's something that makes sense,
No.
if it's something that
definitely
makes
not
sense that you would have had prepared, just go for it. Just reward you for knowing your own spell list. But while you meditate on that, we're gonna go back to NG and Brutus. So Tabitha is leading you guys down a spiraling stone staircase, and it seems to go for a decent amount of time. You'd actually realize that you're a decent amount underground now in what seems to be a dungeon. And sort of as you guys are going down the halls, Tabitha is using her torch to just sort of light each just sconce on the wall that she walks by. Sconce, I don't know how you say it, probably sconce, but you light them as you walk by. And she's lighting them as she walks by. And you guys are going down what appears to be a seemingly long hallway. Do you have anything to say?
I'm gonna save that.
No, keep going.
Not really.
Okay, cool. So she's gonna let me plug in my headset real quick. All right. So you guys,
Actually, I do want to ask how we're gonna get him out of here.
she's just like she's like specific days in a period of every about 2 weeks. As Kane loses himself, he opts to be chained down in the dungeon. We keep him sedated so that he does not hurt anyone that he loves. And then she's just like this happens to be one of those times. He is hold up, confusing voices here. She's going like, he's still sedated, but you should be able to rouse him.
You?
She said we, but like
I thought you said you.
yeah. She's like once I do so, it's
Not
going to
me,
be hard
you.
to get him out of here. We're going to have to carry his sedated body sort of out of the dungeon. And once we get him out of there, we're going to get him aroused. Then we're going to let him loose.
So what are the odds this guy doesn't just rip our face off?
Well, The LT doesn't do that. Probably about 70%.
I like those odds.
3 out of 7. All right. Either way, man.
Do you actually say ma'am?
Yeah.
All right, she fucks with that heavy. You notice that, but so so she leads you down the way, and eventually you get to a large wooden door that's sort of rounded at the top. The hallway you'd been going down was sort of rounded at the top, and you get to this door, and it is like a multi layered locks on this door, and there is even a ward on it. She sort of just tears the ward off the door after like a long deep breath, and she just starts to going to work on the locks. After she gets to the last lock, there's one that she literally takes a key out of her pocket. She sticks it in, opens it. It's a padlock, and it hits the ground, and the thunk just sort of echoes throughout the rounded hallway of the dungeon. And then she just goes, "All right, we're going to have to move fast. Typically, when he's sedated, he doesn't interact with people. Upon interaction, he's going to become more feral. You must keep him under control. Do you understand?"
All right.
We most likely have a minute or so back down the hallway to get him out of the wall. You're going to have to keep him in check until then. You two look strong enough. I'm gonna trust you to do this.
Of course.
All right. Let's do this then. And then she just swings the door open. And immediately as the door open, you just see just in the darkness, just two sort of almost glowing red eyes just sort of pierce back against the wall, or pierce back at you from the wall. And Tabitha takes her. She walks in with a torch, and you see it illuminates the face of a fully hybrid form werewolf. That is sort of fused, also wearing like a he's not wearing armor or anything. He's literally just fucking like just straight naked, just fully. He's sort of chained. His right and left arms are chained to chains on the wall. He's got a chain around. He's got like sort of like a lock around his neck that is sort of that is like chained back to sort of keep him looking more toward the ceiling, like he's looking down at you guys barely, like that, like he's looking at you guys like down his snout, and that's as low as he can look. And he's literally just on his knees with like ties around his thighs and his ankles, both going into the wall. And she Tabitha walks in, and you just sort of see the you just sort of hear the werewolf begin to just sort of like there's like a low growl just coming from deep within his throat. And then she's just like, "Okay, I'm going to undo his looks." And then she walks up, and she just starts to freaking she takes the key that she has in her pocket, and she just starts to fucking put it to work on all of the binds on him. Starting first with the ones on his thighs and legs, then the one on his neck, and then after the one on his neck, his face, like his head sort of hangs. And she just sort of raises her hands and just puts her hands on each side of his snout, and just sort of looks like just very deep into his red eyes, and the low growl just sort of slowly gets lower until it's non-existent. And then she just goes, "Good, you're still there. We need you." And then she just sort of after that she undoes his arms, and he just hits the fucking ground. You can tell he clearly wasn't ready to even stand, and his what's it called? Yeah, he clearly wasn't ready to stand, and he's clearly been tied up for some time. But one of you can make either a heal check, perception.
I'd do perception.
Pretty much, you're looking at the bruises on where his ties are to see pretty much how long he's been tied up. Or he's been chained up.
Go for it.
All right, so y'all can roll that.
It's all you, Raph.
Got this. I got this.
All right, so
Oh,
Raph, you could
yes.
tell just by the bruises that are just sort of like on his neck and on his arms that he's been tied up down here for probably at least 14 hours. And
Damn, Fido.
and you can just, you don't see like anything in here in terms of like food or water or anything. Fucking but yeah, he sort of just falls down, and he immediately just splats down, and she goes, "All right, you two, help me get him up on his feet." And freaking she just sort of like she just takes her fucking like just huge arms. She just like just sort of starts pulling him up by his right arm.
All right, Caleb,
And
the other arm.
then she pulls him up by his right arm, and then she just sort of like gets under him a little bit, and just sort of like to where like his chest is sort of like over her back, and then she just has one arm like sort of around his right arm, and she's just like, "Come on, grab on."
Alright. Grab his, like, I guess, his
Alright.
like legs or something.
Yeah, you could grab his legs if you want, just sort of like to keep him up as you go through, and I guess Raph could grab the other arm.
Yeah, no, Caleb the gay one. Look at that ass.
Yo, his dick's just swinging just around my head, just fucking.
Speaking of that, you know what? Never mind. We'll talk about that later. Keep going.
All right, so she just goes, "All right, let's move," and she literally starts pulling him. You guys just sort of manage to pull him out of the door. Tabitha kicks the fucking the padlock to the side, and you guys start making your way down the hall. All right, both of you roll a strength check for me. Raph, you there? You there, Raph? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that?
Hey, Jefe!
Give me a second, miss. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasó?
Alright.
Give me a second, bro. They fight in one piece.
Roll your strength check when you're back.
Strength
But
check?
either way, yeah.
Give me a second.
No problem. Take your time. We're going back, Scoop.
All
Scoop,
right.
as I said, you saw the skeleton archers begin to knock their arrows. There are about 10 of them. There are 10 of them. You look around, you don't see any others. You don't really see any other archers. And by the way, they seem to be sort of taken us like aback by the fact that archers were there. Clearly, 2 of their dudes got taken down, and they didn't really have much cover. Probably get the vibe that typically archers aren't here when they get attacked, and typically the attacks aren't this large. So you see
Wait.
10.
Sorry.
Go on.
No. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's say you see 10 skeletal archers. You've used your 3 special arrows. What do you do? So Horace and the gang are below you. They're sort of probably they're about even now. They're evenly fighting off the zombies, but as you know, zombies have no stamina. Men do. It's only a matter of time.
Shit.
Caleb.
And they're still fighting a good amount of them down there, right?
Yeah, but like they're about even now. To the point where
Alright.
where eventually, they can't hold off forever, but they're not like on the verge of being broken through anymore.
All right.
It's a good yeah.
Okay. Do I know? No, I wouldn't be able to tell who they're shooting at. It's just the.
Make a whatever check you think would be necessary to either religion or perception.
To see if I know where they're targeting.
Yes. All right. You notice that the skeletal archers are taking a particularly high arc with their shots. They're clearly not aiming for you. They're aiming for behind you.
Aiming for behind. Oh shit.
The people.
And you look over your shoulder and you see the pandemonium as a crowd of people just sort of being rushed in different directions, bumping into each other, tripping over one another, and poor Dumont in the center of it all, trying to get them to calm down.
Quick question.
What's up?
Can those race bring the people that happen to die back to life, or do they
Based
have
on
to kill
Coop's
them?
role, you know that you'd have to have been killed by the white personally for you to be brought back as a white. That's what you know about generic whites. Outside of that, you don't know what these guys are capable of. But generic whites would not be able to do that unless they killed you personally.
Got it. All right. Good thing. My roll was shit, so I roll nat one, so go for it.
Nah, this is only something I know. So I'm gonna look down below me at Zakoris and people fighting,
hmm
and I'm going to yell to them to cover.
You know what? Yelling to take cover.
I'm yelling at them to take cover. Yes.
And it's like, take cover. Like so Zarkoris looks up. He's like, cover, and he looks down the way, and he sees the skeletons like sort of like what you call it? Like sort of about to like take their shots, and he looks back, and he goes, and yeah. So he sees that. He sees them about to do that, and then freaking he just sort of like crouches down, and continues to like what you call it? When you said people fighting, you meant Zarkoris and his guys, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So he crouches. So that they all he tells his men to take sort of a lower stance as they continue to like sort of dig in more with their feet and take like a lower forward, more forward stance as they continue to fight the zombies. They're all a little lower now, but the chaos behind you is still persisting.
How much time do I have?
How much time do you have before they shoot? I'd say
Yeah.
roughly 15-20 seconds.
Okay.
And to again make you aware of the situation, Zarkoris and his guys are fighting below you.
Right.
Dumont is in the center of those people, or he's not in the center, but he's in the middle of them, but he's closer toward you than he is to the other side of the crowd. And what's it called? The people are just freaking out all over the place. The dudes on the other side of the battlement are still just shooting zombies to the left and right of the stragglers that go over to the left and right side of the battlement. You have about 15 to 20 seconds. You act.
How far are these guys?
The archers.
Yes.
The archers. The whites are probably like about 150 to 200 feet out. The skeletal archers are probably about 50 to 80 feet in front of them.
Okay. So they're.
You can tell that if they were trying to take an accurate shot, they'd be a decent distance out of the range of they all have short bows. They'd be a decent distance out of the range, but you can kind of get the vibe that they're not particularly going for an accurate shot.
Right. The distance. Long. Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading something.
All good. Take your time.
And there are no bodies up there with me? Like no.
There too.
There are two. I'm gonna just take cover behind the body. There's no way Dumas is gonna hear me, and yeah, I'm gonna try to grab one of the dead bodies and
Well,
use them as a shield.
Well, you say there's no way for him to hear you, but whatchamacallit? It's probably would be difficult, but it wouldn't take any extra time really to say something to him if you wanted
Really?
to. I mean,
Okay.
if that's what you want. Yeah, I mean, you have 20
Yeah,
seconds. You
I
could
would
be
then-
like, "Hey, yo, fuck out of there," and then just fucking do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna run for a body to use as a shield and scream down to Dumas. That's his name.
Dumont,
Dumas. Okay.
spelled
I'm gonna
Dumont.
I'm gonna scream down to Dumont and tell him incoming fire as I run for a body. Is that too much?
No, yeah.
Okay.
So you're just like, it's like incoming fire, and you just see Dumont just sort of like in the just sort of like on the side of the wall that he's in, and he literally just like what's it called? He just bursts like upon hearing that, he immediately just like you just see his face. He's just sort of like he just looks to his left and looks to his right, and then he immediately just like sort of takes his shield, his flail is still on his back. He takes his shield hand and his right hand, and he sort of just claps them together to just sort of like make a V in front of him. He just sort of pushes. He just sort of like, with all of his strength, pushes his way to the front of the crowd. Upon doing so, you see him. What you call? Oh, well, I mean, yeah, you probably wouldn't see him do this, but I'm just gonna describe it anyway. But yeah, he takes a sort of just from his hip. He takes a small symbol out of his hand, and he mutters some words to himself, and then he takes his hands and he just sort of just punches them into the ground, sort of like in front of the crowd, and two like stone stone like walls about like 15-ish feet in height come out from each of his hands and sort of just like rise in front of the crowd. The archers sort of rock their volley. A few of the shots freaking just sort of start like heading to, like, you know, like you literally block a few with the body, just like fucking you block a couple with the body, some and the rest fly over your shoulder, and you see that all but one of them sort of just just sort of graze the very, like, sort of hit the very top of the stone walls that Dumont sort of like erected, and the last one he literally just sticks his hand up to, like, he literally sees it flying toward him, and he tries to like block it with the shield, and he literally like barely manages to deflect it, and it heads into the ground sort of at his feet. And you look over, and after that, he continues to try and he continues to try to get people to try to get people under control. And you look back, or he looks back at you, and he says, he sort of shouts. He goes, I can manage 2 more of those things. Do what you can about those archers.
All right.
And he goes, when they go to shoot, scream at me. And he goes to continue. He continues to try to get the people together and get them under control. And as time goes on, like a little bit more time goes on, the crowd begins to become a little less dense as some of them begin to like sort of get into their houses and get under control. And you see the archers begin to knock another set of arrows. Is there anything you wanted to do immediately while you have the time, as they're right after they've shot and as they prepare to shoot another?
All right. Would you say that was my turn, and now I have?
I'd say
new
that
one?
was their turn, and now it's yours.
All right. So I'm and you said they're how many feet away from me?
They're probably from the wall. They're from the wall. They're like less. They're like 100 feet.
100.
They're within range
Oh,
of your
that's
longbow.
perfect. You already know what I'm gonna run on them. Yeah, I'm a fucking shoot. I'm a first use many shot.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna. They both go into one. So I'm gonna just try to shoot at one of the archers.
Okay.
Let me see what I lose for this. I'm making full attack.
Well, technically, yeah. Your many shots have to go into the same target, correct?
That's what I'm making sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And can you? And would it count for both? Because I'm just saying, because you know they're skeletons. So I mean, I guess that would make sure you fucking kill them if you hit. So.
So I think I'm pretty sure damage bonuses from the combat with high strength apply on each.
Just roll your attacks when you got them down.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll 1 first, and then that's my many shot. Well, the first attack's my many shot. Does that hit one of them?
Does it hit one of them? Oh, you rolled. Alright, so
wait, where's my actual roll?
your roll's a 17
Oh,
for the
yes,
first one, and
okay,
18 for the second,
yes.
and it's just 2 attacks.
Yep. I got.
Oh, both of those attacks definitely hit.
Well, no, it's the first one only.
Oh, first one only? Well, it hits
Yeah.
either way.
Okay. And then I have to roll separate damage on that as well, because there's 2 arrows.
Gotcha.
So it's 1d8.
Oh, wait, what was that one? Oh, that one was a singular D8 plus 3. Is it to the same damage bonus?
Yes.
Okay, then just go ahead and roll another D8, and we'll take the one that you rolled. Okay, cool. So you fucking yeah, you just fucking knock 2 arrows, fucking take out two skeletons.
All right. I'm also using rapid shot.
I'm gonna take another.
Yeah. Actually, wait. Shouldn't I use rapid shot first with many shot? So
Oh yeah, I mean, but we just said you did that.
okay, yeah.
That
So
would have
one
added, I believe, a -2 to that attack, though, right? It still would have
Uh,
hit with a 17.
well,
it still would have hit.
Oh
but,
yeah. It would have added -2. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It still would have
Nice.
hit, but yeah. In the future, you want to call that before you take the shot.
Right. So I'm rolling another attack. All right. So 20 and 11. Is that? Oh no. So it's 18 and 11.
Yep. So the 18, 11, and yeah. So that's just your extra attack, right? Like your.
That was my extra rapid
Okay.
shot, and now I have
Okay.
the other arrow
Yeah.
for the.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know which
alright,
one you want to take, the one up
No, no,
top or
no,
the
no.
one on the bottom.
Either way, they hit. Just whatever you want to take. So, yeah.
Oh.
So an 18 and
me-
a 17 would hit.
Just give me one of the 7s. That's here on the attack too.
Okay. Cool. So then, what's your damage at the end of that? You shot 2 arrows again, right? And you rapid shot.
11. So I got.
And then you have to roll another. Oh wait, yeah, just take the 7. Yeah. So either way,
I got 14, 24, 35 total damage to.
okay. So either way, you drop a what you call it? You drop another one. So that's
I just
2.
dropped one more. Oh, I dropped 2.
Yeah, you dropped 2 total.
Okay. Oh shit. I probably don't have enough time now to warn them, right?
No, you do. That's like a
Alright,
quick,
then.
like mid-action, just shout.
All right, I scream again. Not to anyone specifically, but just I
Yeah,
scream
just-
as loud as I can
Yeah.
to cover.
Yeah. Okay. But all right. Yeah. So small amount. The crowd has begun to thin out a bit. Demon has got a few people sort of under control and got them to sort of like come to his like sort of come to the walls he erected. And when he hears you shout, let me double check that this works how it does. Okay, cool. All right, so as he hears you shout, he fucking he just sort of says those words under his breath again, and just holds both of his hands out, and he puts them toward the top of those stone walls he erected, and he erects another sort of like about like half-ish of the size another stone wall just sort of like it just sort of goes up, and freaking so he essentially raises height a bit. So the remaining 8 skeletons take their shots. Once again, about half of them sort of fly between you and the zombies sort of in front, and the other 4 arrows are blocked by Dumont's wall. All right, so let's go back to I mean, yeah. So we'll roll your thing when we get back. So we'll go back to Brutus and NG. Are you guys still there?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're back to you guys. So
I will see you guys later.
peace.
See you, dude.
So NG, you still managed to
Ignore that. I was just asking.
NG, you managed to sort of get you managed to sort of keep his feet up as you guys are sort of dragging him down the hall. The walk down the hall seems infinitely longer now that you're carrying a man, probably around 7 to 8 foot tall fucking hybrid werewolf, fucking that's literally dead weight almost, just like down the hallway. It ain't easy, but you guys are doing that. You managed to keep his feet up. Raph sort of like as you're just sort of pulling up on his arm, fucking you just have trouble like getting grip, and he sort of just starts to fall to the left a little bit. And Tabitha sort of she just digs in for a moment, and she sort of stops the moving because she had to like stop walking to like catch the weight you slacked off on. And then she just looks at you. She's like, "Come on, don't give up on me now." And you just sort of pick him back up, and you guys continue down the hallway. Both of you guys roll another strength check for me.
I get.
Nice.
Hey, that's my boy.
All right, so
Hey,
So
go
you
ahead.
guys make it the rest of the way down the hallway relatively easily, and eventually you get toward the you come back out of you get toward the spiral stairs, and then Tabitha sort of looks at you and she goes, "All right, this is going to be the hard part." And then she just sort of she just sort of like takes him by the front and just starts just sort of like winding him up the spiral stairs. Freaking NG's got the back, and freaking or NG has the back, and imagine Brutus, you'd have had to help him out just because probably can't fucking just fucking in some way you're helping. Fucking I'm not gonna get into the logistics of it, but you're helping them out, and you guys manage to just over the course of probably a little under a minute get him up to the ground floor again through these spiral stairs. And once you get up to the top, the blonde woman with the tattered outfit is just like, oh my and she immediately runs over and just starts just undoing the locks on the door again. She undoes them, and you guys just sort of just drag and just drag Kane out the front door. And the only real way you can see to get him out is to get to the battlements again, where the stairs are there that you went up. So you guys sort of you guys just haul him over there. The moment you go to pull him up the stairs, the guard with the helmet runs down and he just helps you up. He helps you up, and you guys get to the top of the battlement. Once you get to the top of the battlement, you sort of just lean Kane down, and Tabitha kneels down and just sort of she just holds his head, and you can see that just like a swirling confusion and rage within Kane's red eyes, and he's just sort of like semi there, semi not. And Tabitha is just she just looks at him and she goes, "My love, we need you. Please be there." And then she just literally just sort of as she says that, he just and he just gets extremely fucking whatchamacallit, just he just fucking goes straight fucking feral mode. He just gets extremely just a burst of energy. And at that, she sort of seems relieved almost. But at that moment, he just immediately just snaps at her. And she literally just recoils back. And she just shouts to you too. She's like, "Just get him off the wall!"
Oh, just get him off the wall, throw him out?
Just fucking kick him straight the fuck off the wall. That's what she said.
Alright, fucking shoulder charge, I guess. Just fucking ram into him.
Alright. So I imagine Brutus is the same. You guys just fucking ran him and you just fucking just launch him just straight off the side. And he falls down, and you see that he does not land particularly well. Freaking he seems to be he sort of struggles to his feet. He goes to stand on two legs, but then he sort of his right leg just sort of just buckles under him, and he fucking just falls to all fours. And at that, some of the undead that the guy with the buzz cutter shooting just sort of begin to stumble toward the back, and he the dude the buzz cutter goes to take a shot, and he sees he sees that Kane's down there off the wall, and he just sort of raises his crossbow and just turns away from the wall. And then freaking he looks at you guys and he's like, "Bloody well done." And then freaking he literally just says "fuck it," and just he goes to the guy with the helmet, and he's just like, "You keep watching the wall. I'm gonna try and make my way to the front." And he just starts running. He just runs down the steps. At that, looking up the wall, you see that once Kane sort of struggles to all fours, putting his weight on his front two arms and his back left leg, he just lets out a loud howl, and he just takes off in a fucking sprint. And literally, just as he's running, he literally just he literally just be sprinting, just get to a zombie, just take off in the air like a fucking dog jumping over or a horse jumping over a fence, and literally just midair just mangle its head off and just land and just keep going. And he sort of just begins to work his way, just sort of almost as if he's following a trail of treats, just going from undead to undead to undead until he makes his way to the front of the wall.
Alright, I'm gonna jump off and go on to fucking White Claw.
All right, cool. Roll acrobatics for me.
All right.
Acrobatics or athletics, whichever is higher for you.
Acrobatics or where's athletics? Is that a thing?
Oh, my bad. Is that not a thing? Okay, then acrobatics. I thought athletics was. Oh, I think that's the king.
Muted. I was saying no, it's not.
That's the kingmaker consolidation of a bunch of skills. Never mind. But yeah, acrobatics.
Oof.
All right, let me actually just double check acrobatics checks.
Any bonuses to that for being a monkey?
I mean,
Not
I
a
think they're
fucking
built
chance. All right, let's see. Acrobatics modifiers.
in. Actually, I get a +2.
Is it not there?
I don't
That's
think so. I don't have any
Alright.
bonuses on it, does it?
Okay. All right. Well, if you don't have any bonuses, you make the DC. if that +2 is with it, you don't. But we'll say that
I
there's
mean,
a
it's not.
+2.
That's just the roll is 9. Clearly, it doesn't have any bonuses.
No, yeah, but I'm saying like whatever the bonus. Yeah, it has. Oh yeah, it has 0 bonus. Okay, so do you actually get a +2 for being a Venarin?
Yeah.
Wait.
All right, shit. Then it's an 11, and you make the check. So you jump down and you just fucking just classic parkour, just fucking tumble as you hit the ground, and White Claw's there waiting for you. You can mount up real quick. Brutus, what do you
Swift
do?
mount.
Hell yeah.
So we're just.
Roll a
so
ride
we're all-
check as a formality. What?
Just a quick question.
What's up?
We're all just in front of the gate, but behind the battlements, right?
Yeah,
We're-
so you guys are on you guys are at the back part of the back part of the battlement. Where you guys first got in. You brought Kane up the spiral steps, out the back, up those stairs, up onto the battlement, and he snapped at Tabitha and she said, "Fuck it, kick him the fuck off." You guys launched him off the side of the
I'm just aware of that part. Yeah, I know that part.
You guys launched him off the side, and he landed. And this is the back part right now. You guys are
Yeah,
at the back.
we're where we came in,
Oh,
yeah.
and I just
So,
jumped
yeah.
off and I'm mounted
Andy
up
just
on
jumped
White
off. Just jumped off and mounted up. What do you do?
Claw. And then I'm gonna take off after him.
All right.
I can do the same shit too.
All right. Roll in acrobatics for me, Brutus.
Anything he can do, I can do better. The
Acrobatics would be a lot better, I think.
Please tell me I have acrobatics. I do have acrobatics. So who, bitch? Let's go.
Nice. Okay. So same thing. You just run up. You just like parkour, just tumble. You mount onto your horse, and you and NG take off around the side after Kane. You
Yeah,
notice
you know-
that even
you know
with
what,
his
yeah.
like, wait, go on.
I was like, you know what, the butt gang.
even with his mangled back right leg, he is outpacing your horses and freaking and you guys are sort of keeping up behind him, weapons drawn, I'd imagine, and sort of just anytime he comes up to an undead, he just like cleaves, he's fucking full Warwick. He just fucking like just tears him too. So he continues onward, and he just sort of like bounds around the hangs a hard left around the front of the castle, and freaking the settlement, and he just hangs a hard left, and he sees the what's it called? He sees the
Battlefield.
the sort of stake the layered stakes and how the zombies are piling into them, and he just sort of runs up and he just fucking cleaves through a solid probably like 5 or 6 of those zombies, freaking which gives Zarkoris and his men a bit more hold. They begin to start pushing forward. They begin to be able to hold him back a little better. Immediately after that, he just sort of turns right, and he sees the line of skeletons and the whites up ahead, and he literally just full bound, just goes after them, and just starts tearing the skeletons. He just starts ripping through their
What's
line.
it called?
Yes.
As he's doing that, if we're seeing him do that,
Oh yeah, you are.
I tell Caleb, hey, this looks good, but I think this is also bad. And I explain, if that werewolf happens to die and happens to come back by those darts, we're fighting a werewolf now. And I don't want to do that.
Why do you think I'm helping him? Let's go.
So you guys are gonna ride out and just fucking back him up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to book it.
All right, so you guys ride after him and you back him up. Fucking
Sure.
he takes out like 5 of the zombies that are just sort of packed into the front. You guys sweep behind, just take out a couple more.
All I'm
And
saying is just be aware we have to just take a hit for the guy. Let's take a hit for the guy.
yeah. So
Just a hit.
so you guys start just like booking it just toward the line of skeletons, and freaking Kane just sort of rips through and just cleaves through 2 of them, leaving 2 more on each side. Like he just rolled bad in bowling. You guys come up behind him, Caleb takes out 1 on the left, Brutus takes out 1 on the right, and Kane is just bloodlusted, just going straight after these straight toward the whites. And immediately the center white just sort of like he's probably like 80 feet back from he's probably like literally like 80 feet down the ways, and it immediately just rears its skeletal horse and just pulls it the other direction, and just and the other two to its the one to its right and the one to its left do the same, and they just sort of take off, like just sort of in the opposite direction. And
Is he still chasing?
yes, he is just full fucking bloodlust, just fucking going as fast as he can, chasing them down. Are you guys going to follow him?
Damn, I wish I asked that bitch way more questions now. Yeah.
All right, so you guys follow, and you just sort of ride off, continuing to keep pace. Again, he's barely he's slightly faster than you, and you're just like you're rearing White Claw more than you've ever before to just push him that extra bit of power, and you eventually you guys just sort of like eventually just ride off out of sight, back to Haywood. So Haywood, you just saw freaking you just saw Kane and Brutus and NG just sort of tear through those skeletons that were in the front of the castle. You look down and you see that they cleave through a sizable amount of the zombies to the point where Zarkoris and his men are pretty easily winning that fight now. What do you do?
Easily enough so I could take Zarkoris,
Where you could what?
where I can have him come with me.
You'd have to
follow
ask
his
him.
comrades.
Potentially not, depending on how he feels about it. Perhaps you'd have to make a check.
Interesting. All right. Can I cast Entangle on the group that's left of undead left
Yeah, totally.
before I hop down?
Mhm.
I'm gonna do that then.
All right, so you cast
That's
Entangle.
a good idea.
And it just sort of they're just sort of like they're still like clawing forward, but now even if they wanted to, they for at least a small amount of time they could not get through the stakes in the ground, the reinforcements. They couldn't get through the reinforcements even if they tried, even if there were no one there defending them, which makes it really easy for Zarkoris' men to start just taking them out one by one. It's probably about like 7 or 8 left. Zarkoris has about 7 or 8 men left, not including himself. He lost 2 during that entire debacle. So are you gonna hop down and talk to him?
Yeah, I'm gonna hop down and ask him to ride with me, following those 2.
All right, so freaking so you're gonna drop down. And you're gonna be like, hey, dude, fucking.
Nah,
Kane
I'm just gonna be ride with me.
Oh, you're just like ride with me. All right, well then he's gonna be like, I should stay with my men, clean up these zombies. He's like,
That's fine, all, but
yeah.
Entangle's been cast, so they have a better advantage here than you'd
Yeah.
think.
He don't know shit about magic, so he looks over and he's just like, he sees that sort of just like they seem to be getting it under control, and he's like, and then I'm gonna have you roll intimidation, diplomacy, whichever you think, whatever you want to use to persuade him to come with you.
Both of those are ass. So
Those are the rolls. And
let's go with
unless there's
diplomacy.
anything else you think could make sense.
no, probably not.
It's probably some kind of face skill, so go ahead and roll that shit charisma, my guy.
We'll just do we'll just stick to diplomacy.
All right. Yo, we out here. Okay. So you fucking the first nat 20 of each game is always pretty good. But yeah, so you explain to him real quick, just bro, that's Entangle. You dumbass don't know shit about spells. They got it. Let's fucking go. And he's like, all right, let's do this. Fucking and then on the way, I'd imagine you'd explain. He was kind of just focused on the zombies that he really just didn't even entirely understand the gravity of the fact that Kane just booked off after those whites.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So so as you take him over, I'd imagine you explain that to him a bit, and he would totally get it, and he'd be like, all right, let's fucking move.
No, I also want to know what he knows about Kane and
All right, so
what he
so
knows
I'm-
as we go to our mounts.
all right, so on the jog over, he's just like he's like Kane's Kalamas leader. He's afflicted, as I'm sure you know. He means well. He's a good leader. He's a good man, but we gotta chain him up every once in a while. This is
Well, how do-
coordinated. This is bad, very, very bad timing. Couldn't have been a coincidence.
How do we get this under control now, or him under control when
He's
this
like-
is
He's
done?
like, get him under control, And then he just sort of like he just sort of points up into the sky, and you just see the fucking just like piercing full moon, just sort of like as it's creeping its way down. He's like, "We don't get him under control. We follow him and we wait."
All right, and that's that.
And yeah, so you guys run up the back steps of the battlement. Fucking what's it called? You guys sort of take a rope, drop your way down. You cannot do that if you want. You could just jump if you want, fucking. But so of course he's taking the rope, so you may as well. And fucking, so you guys are sort of just hut down your way down, and he's gonna ride on the Gore-Tex with you.
All right.
And you guys are gonna take off a decent amount late, but you're gonna take off after what's it called? You're gonna take off after NG and Brutus. All right, so we're gonna go back to NG and Brutus. It's probably been about 2 or 3 straight minutes. You've been full gallop the entire time. And you notice that like the whites leave a sort of like mist, like a sort of mist, just sort of floats behind them that sort of disorients you as you ride after them. It's disorienting, but it's a mist trail. You're not losing them. They are still running. There's 3 of them and 3 of you, yet they haven't turned on you. So they're still going after, and at this point you'd look up too, and you'd see the sort of just fall you'd see the moon in the sky, just sort of beginning to creep its way down, as the the time approaches dawn. It's probably about less than an hour
the
out.
whole time it was nighttime?
Oh yeah, it's been nighttime. My bad. Did I not say that?
No.
Well, yeah, it's been nighttime.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
Makes why
My
he was
bad.
aware for the whole time. Okay. Alright. So my man's doing his powers. Alright, great. Turn
But yeah.
back, bitch.
So you guys are still freaking it's gonna be some time, and he's still just full gallop after the whites. Yeah. All right. So what are you guys gonna do?
I can't catch him, right?
You could probably catch him if you just put White Claw like just full gallop, and went as fast as you could. You could probably catch up.
I'm gonna slow up.
You're gonna slow up.
Yeah,
Okay.
like just
Job.
slightly, but
Okay. Just sort of keep up, but not like this. You know, he's
Yeah.
gonna gain on you a little bit.
yeah.
All right. So what about you, Brutus?
Wait, what are you doing, Caleb?
I'm just gonna slow down a little bit.
Slow down?
Yeah, because I mean, they're on skeleton horses; they can run forever.
Yeah, I'm gonna slow down. Do you think this guy's gonna slow his bitch ass down? or
No, he's not. But I mean, we have the trail that we can follow. Worst case, right?
And the seasoned hunter or ranger.
Alright.
All right. So
I'll
you guys
slow
are just
down
gonna
a
slow down and just sort of follow slowly.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys do that. You do that for some hours, and eventually, the moon sort of leaves the sky, and it's sort of the transition from darkness to dawn. It's still like pretty dark, but it's a transition from darkness to dawn, and you guys would have probably lost sight of him after like maybe like 20 or so minutes of just going slightly slower. But as you said, there are tracks. If you guys slowed up in that time, Zarkoris and Haywood would have most likely caught up to you. So, what would you guys say anything there, plan anything, or do you just want to be like, "Yo, there's tracks, we're following them"?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, he kept going. We had to slow up. We're on the trail.
All right, cool.
All right. As you guys know, remember this is Zakoris.
Of course.
Yeah,
Here
so
he is in the flesh.
he'd see you guys, and you guys are just like, I'd imagine, just like, it's not hard to follow these tracks. You guys are just slowly following him, and then he'd just be like, it's nice seeing your faces again, for what it's worth. I wish you could be under better circumstances. And then he'd be like, he'd mention, he'd say, I don't know what you were dealing with back in Zadros, but sorry I couldn't come help. But as you probably know, I'm needed here.
Understandable.
And then he just sort of like, that would be the end of his small talk, as it's very dire situation.
Last time we talked to Zarkoris, What was he up to? What was his goals? Because I know
So
he
the-
talked to us about them. I
Yeah,
don't
so the
remember what they
last
were.
time you talked to him back in Ashterra, back in Talmaraz, he said that he had to take an item somewhere. Um, it was a ring. You known as a ring, but he didn't tell you what it was for or what it was, because he just, and you guys were like, oh, we can help you, and he's like, nah, I got this, I'm good, and fucking, so he pretty much went on his own. And then the other time you technically talked to him is when you guys scried him and we're like, yo, like we could use your help, and he was like, can't, I'm here, this shit sucks, I'm doing this right now. You guys now know what he was dealing with. He's here now, or yeah, so you guys now know what he was dealing with. But yeah.
Can I ask him if he's made his delivery?
Oh yeah, he'd be like, yes, it went rather smoothly. I decided to just hang out around here, do what I can to help these people.
Okay.
And then
I just nod accordingly.
Yeah, he's gonna say he's like and he just sort of just sort of scrunches his his like hobgoblin ash face. And he's like, I was sweet on a girl once. This was where she hailed from. She was tad deformed, but I loved her nonetheless. That ring belonged to her, and I had to go give it back. But that's done now. Let's focus. And he just sort of steals himself forward.
Do you know Kane well?
Yes, I've been here for some months. Pretty much a week or so after I split off with you lot. I've been here the entire time. I know Kane well. Chaining himself up in that dungeon was all his idea. Tabitha swears he'd be able to control himself otherwise, but he doesn't buy it. He doesn't want to risk hurting anyone he loves. So, once or so-ish a month, whenever the full moon hangs in the sky, he spends his night in the dungeon. Otherwise, he's a pretty skittish fellow. Good leader, though. He always stays rational, makes good decisions. If he weren't a good leader, I'd have taken over, but people respect him. Does his job well enough.
Is this your first time encountering the whites?
He's like, no, those bastards. It's generally understood around here that if you ever run into them, you lay low. If you ever eat a gash from one of those, from those cold blades of theirs, things don't go well for you. We've had people, good people, take even the smallest cut, seemingly non-lethal, and almost instantly, the light would go from their eyes, and we'd have to burn them before they turn. We generally avoid them. Generally, they don't show up in person. This was definitely an anomaly. If you hadn't shown up, I don't know what would have happened.
Well, it's
Has
nice
a
to see
paladin
you.
come through?
He would know of her, right? Yeah. Frickin' so you're asking about Kivana, the paladin,
Yes,
the halfling?
I am.
He goes, the paladin, can't say I've seen her, but is there a reason you'd believe she'd be in the Foullands?
Just based off a witness.
Well,
Based off a witness.
and he's like, he's not gonna think of that too hard. He's like, well, if she were here, when we get back, ask Dumont. He came here sometime after I did. Said he'd lost contact with his sister, and they were both looking for a group of paladins. But this group of paladins has been here for some time. If your girl was here, she'd most likely be with them.
Okay.
And then he's just like, and he just sizes you guys up. And he's like, no offense, but I've seen what you lot can do. What do you want to do with a bunch of paladins? A bunch of goody two-shoes. They'd probably cut me down on sight.
Me and you both, buddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Angie just kind of chuckles.
Yeah, he would definitely chuckle at that, and he goes, "Well, none of my business. Just be careful with paladins. Never liked them." And then he just sort of like just continues on. Like, if there's anything else you guys want to say.
One more thing for me.
Mhm.
Does he know Noel the Noel?
You know the knoll?
Yeah.
He's just like, he would ask you for like, he's like, what do you mean the knoll? He's like, describe him, and then freaking, then you describe him, and he would just dawn on him. He's like, those delinquents. We've seen him muttering around. They try to scavenge around here before. A couple crossbow shots at him. They never really come back. They're friends of yours.
Yeah. They helped us with taking down one of the whites.
And he's like, his eyes just fucking open wide at that. He's like, well, damn. Maybe we should have let him in after all.
After this business is done and tended to, we should go out and find him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I just run the guard here. You'll have to take that up with Tabitha and Kane if we find him, and he comes too. They handle everyone who comes in and comes out, one way or another. Talk to them. Make your case. Perhaps we can go fetch a friend.
I'm good then.
All right.
That's good for me.
Cool. So you guys continue on for some time, and the sun starts to rise, and what you call it? Eventually, you just like like you keep on the tracks, and eventually you just see a rather like just sort of like scrawny, just like twisted body of a human man, just sort of just laid out in the middle of the muck. In front of him, you see, what do you call it? You can see sort of alongside that the hoof mark, that the hooves continued on, that the whites continued on. They didn't turn on him, and he just sort of you see him just sort of collapse, passed out in the muck. His right leg just sort of twisted and mangled.
Well, this
Quick
is a right
question.
mess.
Did we fight one of the whites during the daytime, or was it at night?
When you fought the white, when you fought the white during, I don't remember.
I think it was like dusk because then
Yeah,
we
I'm pretty sure it was
run back
dusk.
with the other guy
Yeah,
and then
Yeah. I think I know why. I just assumed it was. Anytime you guys have been like attacked, it's been like interrupting your rest.
Yeah.
Fucking. So most of the time, it's been dark.
So
Either low light or dark.
with your knowledge of whites, can they like are they chill in the daytime? Like, do they fucking are they like vampires, or are they
like,
just kind of?
sounds like a knowledge religion or reading.
Well, I mean, you already know about
Yeah,
whites,
Yeah.
right?
You made a knowledge religion. Whatchamacallit? Let me just double check this before I cap. Let me see here.
Either way, they should be pretty easy. Whatever that fancy term is for cleaning up a muck up.
Pickens.
No.
Yeah. So you know that whatchamacallit? You know that typical whites don't they don't prefer to be in the, they don't like the sunlight. They prefer not to be in the sunlight. Freaking and you probably do and typically they're only really encountered at night or underground. So you would get the vibe that skeletons and zombies are you can count them whenever, but typically whites only encountered at night. So you probably deduce that the reason that you, Kane, are even alive is that they knew that the sun would be coming up relatively soon, and they didn't want to risk getting into a battle, potentially, dying. So yes, they do not like the sun.
Okay. Do we
Like I said, he's just the body's just out in front of you, just mangled, like slightly mangled right leg, and he's just straight, like unconscious.
what direction do we go? Like, are we rode for a while? Like, are we
Yeah.
anywhere near where
Yeah.
we encountered Giggles and Guffaw?
Oh no, so you guys came from the
I was
right
like
of the
4 or
settlement.
5 days away.
You guys came from the right of the settlement, and you came up on the right wall.
Mm-hmm.
So just treating like let's say the right side of the settlement is south, right?
Yeah.
So you guys came from the south. In the front of the settlement would have been the west. You guys just left that west, so you went the opposite direction.
Okay.
And you guys only left for about maybe 4.
Yeah, it's 4 or
maybe
5
4 a
days
little
away.
more out. No, yeah. You guys left above. You guys rode out about 4 or more hours. So you guys are still easily within a day of the of Calamot.
Okay.
Giggles
Oh.
and Guffaw were like days away.
Yeah. Okay. I just didn't know if those whites were connected or if they're like.
But you do remember that when you guys killed that one, what's it called? That Giggles and Guffaw seemed to know what to do. And then the moment he heard even the slightest amount of hooves, he said, "Fuck this, we're getting the fuck out of here." So he clearly has he's clearly, if he's never like dealt with them, he's clearly good at
Avoiding them.
avoiding them. Yeah, he clearly understands them, despite his being a fucking gnoll.
Mm-hmm.
Instinct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I hop off White Claw and walk up.
All right, you walk up and he's just straight unconscious. Just
Is he
facing the
he
mark.
naked?
If you've seen the pictures of Mike at camping, he's that just straight.
Is he naked?
Oh yes, straight butt ass naked.
All right, I throw my cloak to at NG to have him come up.
Alright.
Yeah, I fucking like cover him up and then pick him up.
All right, you go to pick him up and he just sort of he's just sort of like just dead weight in your hands. He's still unconscious, but you can tell that he's still alive.
A lot more pleasant this way. And just like throw him on the back of White Claw.
Okay, cool.
Just bring him back down then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright.
So about like 2-ish hours into the ride back, you have on the back of White Claw or the Gore-Tex, whichever you preferred, and probably White Claw since our chorus is on the Gore-Tex with you.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
But fuck it. Yeah. And about 2 hours in, you just hear a small you just hear sort of like a small voice just like, oh, well, right then. Excuse me. And then freaking he's just sort of like, excuse me, you on the horse. And then freaking you look back and you see that that's Kane talking to you.
Like
And
right behind me.
no, yeah. Like you're literally on the you're literally like I imagine he's just like over the back of the horse.
Like
Yeah,
on his
and,
stomach.
Yeah, and he's literally still like that, but he's just awake now, just like
All right. Well, I'll stop.
yeah. And he just goes, so you're gonna stop, and he goes, thank you very much. Wasn't a pleasant ride. I could and then he freaking he just sort of like, he's like, I can sit up if you don't mind. All right. And he just sort of like he has the cloak over him. He's still naked. And he just has his hands around. He's like, on then, back to Calamot.
So just the whole dick in your back right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Go be like the head with his foot.
Yo. The fuck? I scoot up a little bit.
he likes that monkey ass, boy.
when you
Got that whole ass wagon.
when you scoot up, when you scoot up, he's like oh don't get the wrong idea. I'm taken. But perhaps buy me dinner when we get back, and we'll see how things go from there.
No, I just don't want
Yo.
it touching me.
Fuck that monkey butt.
And then
I fucking I wrap my tail around my waist like a belt. I'm just kidding.
but yeah, he's just like jokes aside. I don't have much recollection. Last I remember, I was looking into Tabitha's sweet, beautiful eyes. Love that woman. And I went black from there. I woke up butt naked in the muck. I take it things went well. I'm alive. You're alive. Zarkoris
If that's
is
what you
alive.
consider well, then yes, it went very well.
He looks at Zarkoris, and he says that. He says alive, just sort of like at a lower turn. Zarkoris is like, good fucking morning, cunt. And then fucking, he just goes, yes, good morning to you too. And then he just looks back and he's like, so, we've a long ride ahead of us, I'd imagine. Who are you fellows? From where do you hail?
From Ashterra.
It's like, ooh, Ashterra. How are things going in Ashterra?
Not well.
Better than ever.
Better than ever. Never liked it. I'd always preferred zombies to politics. And then he just sort of giggles a little bit at that and just sees if you guys thought that was funny.
Nice.
Alright,
Don't
nice.
kill
He likes that. But then he's just like,
I'm like just completely straight facing that. I just like let out like a huge chuckle, like sarcastically, like huge.
yeah, he's like, ha And then he's just like, right then. Well, how did you find your stay in Calamot?
It wasn't much of a stay, but
Right you are, my friend.
Went to help an old friend.
It's like, an old friend. You know someone in Calamot?
Yeah, Joe.
Joe who, might I ask?
Joe Mama.
And he just goes, a jokester. I'll be sure to use that one the moment I get back. Tabitha will love it. And he's like, but I said,
Nice.
you have a friend in Calamot? Who is it?
Yeah.
Perhaps I can introduce you when you get back, if you haven't found them.
Yeah, we're looking. Have you seen a paladin anywhere? I mean, I'm gonna start riding off and like ask him as we're going.
Okay, so he's like, paladins don't very much frequent Calamot. The paladins around here are sort of a wandering group. They've got their own agenda. But, Dumont is a cleric. He's closer. He's somewhat close to a paladin. Although he praises Regathiel. He's quite zealous, that boy. Do be careful if you ever speak with him, but if you need healing, he's available. Otherwise, don't know why you'd need a paladin, but they're out there. That's on you to find them.
You don't have any clue where?
He's like, well, if I were to exhaust this intellect that I love using oh so much, I'd say that they seek to destroy the necropolis.
What the hell's that?
And where's the necropolis?
He's like, the necropolis is a decent ways north. It's what happens when undead accumulate in large numbers. The area is dark. Attacks against undead are near impossible. Very, very difficult. Would be very hard to destroy without a paladin. He's like, their necropolis is most likely part of why things are going so poorly here, why the undead are showing up in droves and knocking on our door when they're not so very welcome. And he goes, he's sitting there and he's just like, yes, the necropolis is a bit of a problem. It's something of a goal of ours to destroy it. There's this large complex, large fortress, and it's just surrounded, baked in shadow. We've been trying to figure out what to do about it sometime soon. None of us have been there. Rumor has it that was the old fortress. The man who destroyed the Foullands in the first place. The man who set off that nuke of negative energy and infused the earth with, well, negative energy. Thus undead. But it's just a rumor. I've not read about it or anything. But 'tis the rumor. So if you were looking for your paladins, I'd imagine they would want something to do with the necropolis.
Okay.
Stay away from there for now.
Yeah.
That's something we need the whole gang to go there to do.
Yeah.
Well,
Speaking of the whole gang, when are we gonna hear from
Well,
them?
Well, you were gonna hear from them literally the moment this was over, but this ended up going on a little longer, and Alex got tired, so you can talk to him probably the next day.
What was he gonna say?
I'll wait for him to tell you. TLDR though, he wants you guys to come back and back him up.
Well,
I think that's kind of the path we're on.
yeah. So we have a place secure, you know, in quotation marks. We have
Because we
some
don't-
sort
yeah.
of lead. We got something,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's a
We
mission.
got-
I'm
we
trying.
got a
I'm
lot.
trying not to get raped by a paladin. So
No, we got a lot. We got a lot.
Yeah, and there's
Remember
potentially more to get. You guys haven't gotten back yet.
Remember this, Cooper. We're looking for one paladin, but if this one paladin is ganging up with a bunch of more paladins, they might.
Yeah.
Do
Some
remember,
bukake.
you guys originally came here seeking out a...
Oh no, I
Artifact.
remember.
Okay.
Don't worry, I remember.
Alright.
I'm not there yet.
Alright.
I know worst case scenario, that dragon egg or some shit, it's in that fucking thing. Being guarded by all those zombies. No, Jamel? That's the way he writes. Alright, let's fucking.
Either way, have you any more questions?
No, I think that's about it.
I do have one private matter I'd like to discuss with you
Ooh,
Later on.
private matters. I
regarding
love private
the
matters.
regarding the security of your
Calamot?
settlement.
He
Yeah,
goes,
how often you guys get attacked?
He goes, attacked ceaselessly, all the time. But Zarkoris over here and has been training our men rather well. Tabitha's been arming them however she could, and they hold off relatively well. Typically, we aren't attacked in such fashion. He's like, and he's like, I awoke to see hoofprints. I take it those skeletal bastards were here in person this time, then.
They were.
And he goes, that is unfortunate. You see, typically they attack sporadically, random nights, but it seems they've put together my affliction. If they attack at this time, well, there was a bloody good chance I killed you all. Unfortunate, very unfortunate. Yes, they attack every once in a while. The whites never show up in person, but they did this time. Clearly, their goals have changed. So, as Masaris, we will adapt.
Can I suggest something?
Suggest a way.
Maybe don't chain yourself in a dungeon next time.
And, and he's just sitting there, and he's just like, well, he's like, perhaps I chain myself in the dungeon so I don't hurt the ones I love. If I scratched even but a hair on my lovely Tabitha's face, while I'd never forgive myself, I'd very much rather die. You see.
Would you rather her die? I mean,
he's like, well, and then his voice just sort of lowers. He's like, that's something we'll have to discuss when I get back.
I suppose so. Maybe you could just be better
Get good, son.
and
He's
just
like-
control yourself next time.
He's like, perhaps I should.
Okay. Nice meeting you, though. I'm Inji.
He's like, and he just sort of like leans forward, like really close, just like puts a hand on his shoulder, just when he's over your shoulder. He's like literally over your shoulders, you're riding, sticks a hand out in front of me, and he goes, Cain Flynn, then the pleasure is mine.
And then, as we're shaking, I want to say, I like him big too.
He just winks at you and just slides back. And fucking
Man of taste.
Coop, anyone who's not NG, make a perception check.
Word around the settlement is you got a nice cock.
Yeah, NG, Brutus and Haywood, make a roll perception check for me.
Okay, we're gonna get ambushed.
Come on, I'm not gonna fail anymore. Jamal.
He's too good. No, but yeah. Either way, Haywood and Brutus, if you make this check, you notice that sort of like as you guys ride a little bit more, you see fucking you see Cain just sort of, he's just sort of on the back of the he's on the back of Whiteclaw, and he just starts to getting uncomfortable as the ride goes on. He just sort of takes your fucking cloak and he just sort of like slides it under his ass a little, just to like make it more comfortable. Yeah, you notice he does that.
Yeah, great.
Bro,
Good thing I get yeah, alright.
Can I get some
But yeah,
cool
so
change?
if you guys have nothing else to say,
no, that's all.
you guys eventually come back up to the front of Kalamat. And whatchamacallit? you guys get back to the front of Kalamat, and you just see that Zarkoris and his men, there's the two of his men that died, they're sort of like under they've been moved, and they're just sort of like working on just managing the fortifications. They're sort of like going a little lighter on them now. Clearly you can tell that they fortified it a lot more after seeing what was coming at them. Freaking they're sort of just dialing it back a little bit, just like going back to standard protocol. And Cain walks up, and then fucking you immediately just see like sort of at the front Tabitha's just helping out, and she just looks down, and then she just sees you guys like just sort of riding back up, and she immediately just takes off running out to meet you guys and to meet you guys out there. And freaking what you call you guys would meet up with her probably about like 50 feet away from the front of the settlement. And she just went up, she's like, Cain, you bloody idiot. Oh goodness, come here. Are you okay? Yo, you're bloody breathing. And then she's literally just sitting there, and then Cain just sort of like hops off of Whiteclaw, just leaves the fucking cloak, he leaves the cloak on the back of Whiteclaw, and he's like, Tabitha, my dear, did you think I would die so easily? How did I do? Did I do well? I take it we won because of me, else you wouldn't have let me out. And then freaking she's just like, you bleeding idiot, and she just like fucking pulls him into a fucking embrace. And then he's just like, he's literally just still butt ass naked. And then she just she just like he just hugs her back and he's like, yes, I missed you too, dear. I'm sorry if I scared you. And then he just fucking just sort of holds her tight. And he just sort of keeps her in an embrace for a decent amount of time. Just
I
holding her.
grab the cloak with my tail and just kind of like push it towards Coop.
No, I throw that shit on the floor. Dude. I'm buying a new one.
I think this is yours.
It's time for a style change, man. Time for a style change. Fuck
Alright,
this man.
You just fucking leave the cloak on
In
the
my
ground.
attempts to suck his ass a little bit to get information, he rubbed his ass on my cloak.
Yeah.
Oh shit. But yeah, they're just kind of hugging there. And
I knew there's a good reason I brought fucking silver.
Alright. Do we want to end
Look at
there?
this man.
if you guys want,
I mean, it's kind of late.
yeah, we can call it there. The only other thing you guys would, the main thing you guys were gonna do next, like, was I imagine just talk to people inside the settlement and just get information. So if you want, if tomorrow you guys were going to talk to, if you guys want to do the whole scrying thing, then we could just do that as a part of that as well.
Yeah, that works.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, because I don't want it to be too far away because you guys will probably have questions that you're gonna forget to
Yeah.
ask. So yeah, we could do that tomorrow when Alex does the scrying thing.
So, my gang here. We're gonna go back, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I want to hit up Guffaw and
Mhm.
Giggles.
That's
wanna-
what. So I was thinking we bring Zarkoris with a. What's his name?
Yeah.
Zarkoris. All
Yeah,
right,
Zarkoris, you got it.
It felt wrong.
Yeah.
So that way he could help convince them and bring them back, right?
Honestly, my theory, I just rather leave Sarkoris just because he's one of the few people ensuring that this place is standing there.
I
that's
kind of
true,
want to leave him
that's
too.
true.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would. Yeah, like I mean, obviously you guys like have your plan, but I mean like I'd imagine you have questions. There's information you want to get, and who knows? Perhaps you change your mind based on information you acquire.
Hey,
Maybe you
Jamal,
wouldn't. Yes.
linguistics. If I put another point into there, can I learn null?
Every point in linguistics you put into, you learn a new language.
Great. I want to learn null.
You may learn Knoll.
Great. I know null, guys.
Wait, can
We
I
don't
do
need
that?
Zarkoris.
Yeah, if you guys have a skill point, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I had some skill points still.
And you guys freaking met Guffaw and Giggles before hitting level 6. So I mean, that could have very well been a thing you did.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No, I think what we like. I think we leave. Hopefully, get Guffaw and Giggles. Leaves our.
Well, we know null now, so I think our odds have shot up.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I want to fortify this place, and then
Oh, absolutely.
go home
Yeah,
and then have this
'cause-
as like a base camp in the
Absolutely,
Foullands.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
because
agree.
Kane did describe that whatchamacallit, situation is clearly very different now, and you wouldn't have caught it in his voice particularly, but they really got to change things up. Things are far more dire today than they were the day prior.
This
So,
is
you
a
know.
nightly thing, or it just
No. So typically, I mean, they get attacked all the time, right? All the time, but they've never been attacked by the whites themselves in commanding a force in such large amount. And again, they attacked on a day where Kane happened to be chained up on the ground. He's a pretty big. He's a relatively cut dude. You get the vibe by looking at him that outside of werewolf mode, he's still a decent fighter. Freaking what do you call it? And that he's the leader of this place, and that he keeps things under control. Fucking perhaps if he weren't chained up in the dungeon, things wouldn't have been so chaotic and things would have been easier to control. And fucking they happened to attack on that day, so put that together as you will.
Mm-hmm. All right. We good then?
Yeah, we get in there.
You there, Mike? Mike.
I'll
Yo,
text
he's
him.
out.
Longer than usual stream is cool.
That was nice.
But yeah. I need to leave that nigga there because it's just gonna get. Jamal, be honest. If the whole party were to fight Kane, you get clapped.
Why would we fight Kane?
I'm just saying, like.
I mean, you have no
We're
reason to, but I
not.
mean, he seems to be a werewolf of far more formidable than the average werewolf. But I mean,
Either
could you
way,
guys handle him?
I've
One
prepped.
1v6? Maybe not. I don't know.
I'm saying like,
I've-
power level wise.
I have no idea. Ask him how
Raph.
strong he is. But
Raph, I'm prepared, Raph. I've got plenty of silver on me right now.
I think
I
Caleb made a
brought the
silver
kryptonite.
katana, but it was still
Nah, I
getting
don't have
commissioned
it
back
yet,
in.
but
Yeah, it
yeah.
was still getting commissioned back in the city.
That's
See,
the
my-
main reason I want to go
the-
back.
These hands aren't silver yet, so just wait till that day. B. When these hands count as gold and silver, you fucking dead.
So you guys can talk that out the next day.
Oh,
Yeah.
did I get armor commissioned for, or do I already have that?
Your Gore-Tex?
Oh, I already
you
have it, I
got
already have
You
it,
already
yeah.
got it. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna head out though.
All right, cool. Peace.
All right.
See you guys. Good
See ya.
session.
Sweet. Finished at 12:25. Perfect.
Why is that
And
perfect?
it's- Because it was exactly like about 2 hours. Usually we take a fuck ton of time because I can't explain things, so that went better. I really dropped the ball forgetting to tell you guys it was fucking nighttime, but yeah, that's on me.
I assumed because we were like, oh, barely. Did we take a rest? Did we not take a rest? I don't know.
But yeah, it is what it is. Either way, I think that went well.
Indeed, it did. It occurred to me like after they pushed what's his name off the wall, I went, damn. I could have cast Entangle on all of the archers and shot an incinerary arrow.
Could've. That could've been cool.
Yeah.
That could've been pretty sick actually. Yeah, I was sitting there, I'm like, he's crafty. There's like 100 things he could do here. I'm like, I wonder what he's gonna do. Fucking and I was sitting there and like what's it called? I didn't actually anticipate it would be useful, but when I made Dumont's character sheet, he had stone shape, and I was like, that's kind of cool. Fucking.
It worked out so well because that like 3 minutes of me just being silent was me trying to figure out like how can I take the hits and make myself look better here by
Yeah.
protecting these people.
Yeah, he has
And look, I lucked out.
He has 4 level 3 spells a day, and he used all 4 on the stone shapes. Fucking so yeah, that was convenient. Otherwise, some people were dying in there, and that would have been bad. That would have been really bad. Fucking, but yeah, good job. You guys played that well.
What kind of fortifications can we make on this place?
I don't know. Whatever you guys think up.
If anything, dude, we're gonna start digging, making fucking pits.
Because
Nah,
the best thing,
we can't dig. That we gotta go.
I know we can. I'm saying like to tell them, yo, we start
like they've
digging.
got Zarkoris here,
Yeah,
and
we can
he's
just put
he's a fucking he's pretty much ex-military, like fucking. So he's been getting these guys together. They've been fortifying as much as they could with what they have. So I don't know what you guys could improve. They even have they literally have like Dumont has wards like literally on the walls, like so that way it's harder for
Wards?
zombies. Like when zombies come within the range of it, they like literally debuffed.
Do they have any alchemists here?
Yeah, you guys would have to ask around once you got there. But yeah, we'll just settle that when you guys like talk that stuff out.
So I could just keep mass crafting for them. Maybe that'll help them.
Yeah. That's kind of where I expected the session to end, but like everything went a little farther than I expected it to. But yeah, where I wanted it to end was like you guys would have all that information already. But yeah, we'll just get it whenever you guys actually talk to everyone.
How did you think we were gonna get in there?
Hmm?
How did you think we were gonna get in there?
Oh, I had
ways
no
did
idea.
you-
I thought
no
you were just
idea.
gonna run up to the zombies. I literally thought that's what was gonna happen, and I was sitting there like, what do I do if that happens? I had no idea actually. So
That's character suicide.
might have
That's
been.
probably character suicide.
That wouldn't have been good.
It was a good session.
Cool. I really like Kane. My favorite character.
I'm gonna get a fucking Ranger Android picture commissioned without a cloak because of this fucking guy.
Oh, what you mentioned?
Because yeah, without his cloak, fucking Kane got satisfied on his cloak with his bare ass. Fucking
Got dirty cheeks all over him.
Don't wash it, B.
yeah, this is the
fuck
fucking
that.
foul lands. You know that man got skid marks on his fucking cloak.
Fucking yeah, fucking werewolf shit all over that. He definitely fucking as he was running taking a fucking shit. Goddamn deer. All right, well I gotta look for a good picture.
Nice. FaceTime. Wait, he has an
Hey,
Android.
Jerome.
Can't do that. What's up?
I just realized why you like Mesa so much.
Mesa? Yeah.
Yeah, this is fucking fun.
Yeah, it's fun as hell.
And just to be honest, I started playing like 5 minutes ago.
Hey, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you can end the recording. Alright, you're good. Thanks, bro.
No problem, dog.
Sick. That went very well. That was fun.
Whoa, I